It's time for the shop report with Barbershop Jay.
Well, those sports fans, welcome to the Shop Report. I'm Barbershop Jay. I'll be your host for the day. Here's what's happening. Of course, we want to remind you the Shop Report is brought to you by Rocket Digital Media. It's the one-stop shop for all your digital marketing needs. You can look them up on Facebook at RDM Detroit, or you can slide on over to the website, rocketdigital.net. That's ROCKIT digital.net. And make sure when you're there, while you're there, you tell them the BSJ sent you. For my folk out there in TV land, shout out to Snowman right quick weighing in. It's all good. For my folk out there in TV land, if you want to leave your questions or comments during today's program, by all means, please do so, and we'll throw it up on the screen. And I do want to say again, as I always will, as we come to this platform or program, if you leave a question or comment that's indignant or ignorant in nature, those types will not be seen on the screen. With that being said, joining me on the program today is my cat from the NYC, a.k.a. Rucker Park, Brother Rich. What's happening?
I'm good, sir. How are you, and how is everything in Dallas?
Oh, wow. Here we go already.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah. And
I like that.
Side, yeah, I know you do. And on the other side of the pond, we got my man from up north, Joey James, a.k.a. Double J. Tell the people what you say.
Well, ain't a killer, but don't push me, Juwan Howard.
Oh, hey. Oh, wow. Yeah, we'll get into that when we get to our segment on Hoop Central. And then last but not least, oh, boy, do I even have to announce this guy today?
You see what it say. Now make sure you announce it the right way.
Oh, okay, gotcha. My arch nemesis, the world's #1 antagonist, TJ, a.k.a. All-Star Iteray. Yeah, Shadow Man.
Let's go. How everybody doing?
Everybody's doing just fine. How about you?
I'm doing all right, man.
Okay, that's good.
Nice to see you folks. Hey, yeah, but Juwan Howard tripping, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a minute. Let me take a sip off something right quick.
Okay, I knew you was a vodka. Yeah, I knew you was a vodka type of guy, man.
I'm a distilled water type of guy, man. Hey, let me.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Don't start nothing, man. Can we start the show? Thank you very much.
I'm sorry.
Thank you very much. Well, the NBA All-Star game is in progress, I'm sure. I'm not able to watch it right now because we're here in the platform. But I want to go around the room right quick and get you all's take. TJ, of course, we'll start with you, seeing how you are the apologist. You know what I mean? But I just want to get one thought. What is your one takeaway from everybody, of course, around in the room? Give me one takeaway from this week's All-Star weekend, NBA All-Star weekend. TJ?
I mean, I have to be honest with you. I haven't even seen the All-Star weekend till today. Like, I only watched the All-Star game. I haven't seen the three-point contest, the dunk contest. I seen, it really wasn't no highlights. They said that dunk contest was terrible.
Yeah, it was.
Trash.
Yeah, terrible is an understatement. So, I'm trying to tell you. Matter of fact, it reminded me of this. It reminded me of this.
And then I heard Katz won the three-point contest.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
And I would almost spit out my drink when I seen that. But
hey, but you know what though? I thought was of significance in that moment. I didn't see all of the moments, but the All-Star stuff ongoings and whatnot. But I did catch a little bit of the three-point contest and the dunk contest. First of all, I don't know who my man was that did his 360 or whatever he did in them Tims. You know, shout out.
Hey, I did see that. Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, shout out to him for that, because them Tims be weighing 117 pounds sometime. You know what I'm saying? And to catch a flight with them bad boys. Yeah, and I do like the fact, though, Kat winning the three-point contest. I didn't see that coming. I saw him make it, do his 1-2 in the first round. He had good form for a big man, actually. But they said something about he was wearing the chain that his mother gave him.
Yeah.
And I'm not into symbolism as such or whatever, but I do think that sometimes, we hold mementos of those we love or, our loved ones that have passed or whatnot. And they can give us a boost, So shout out to Kat again for winning that 3-point contest as a big man. And I'm surprised that Van Vliet, man, he didn't do too well at all. But hey, some guys just don't do it in a standstill position or standstill setting. It's got to be in game action. So it's all to the good. It's all to the good. TJ, go ahead and finish your thought. What were you gonna say?
No, I'm just gonna say what you were saying. Like some people just don't know how to perform in front of others. Like in an empty gym, he probably won't miss a three.
Yeah, right.
Over the All-Star, they had my boy Bleacher Report had my the guy lethal shooter. He was shooting threes in the All-Star format. He ain't missed but 1 or 2. He like broke a record or something. But
Mr. Alva wants to know. Shout out to Mr. Alva again. Does Stafford deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? And I believe he has proven it from game against Cleveland, where he has shoulder thrown out, and comes back in the game and wins. Just knowing the time allowed him to re-enter without a delay. Proven warrior, and just goes to show Lions Ford honor, sell jerseys, not win games. Yeah, I'm in agreement with you to some degree there, Mr. Alva. Stafford, we could say it here on this show. A couple of people might not want to admit it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, whatever. I've been a Matt Stafford fan since day one. You check the tape, and definitely run through the tape, Kenny. I have been a Matt Stafford fan despite all of the negativity. And I'm glad he was able to put the final touches on his career, so to speak, so that, people who call him that Stat Pafford, it's just out of hate. That's that's really what that is. But is he a Hall of Famer? I don't know. I think the jury is still out on that. But we are actually in the segment of our 5 burning questions, we can come back to that, So fellas, if you all kind of want to keep that in mind, we would definitely try to answer that during that portion of the show. He said he was a rookie in Cleveland. He was a rookie in the Cleveland game. Okay, I didn't know that. Was he a rookie in the Cleveland game? Snowman in the morning again is weighing in. Can we just rewind the NBA All-Star Weekend back to 88? Yeah, I'm with you on that. For sure. And then Mr. Alva again says, I wanted him on the Cowboys 4 years ago. Oh, so Mr. Alva is a Cowboys fan. Oh, wow.
Shocker. Shocker. Stafford fan and Cowboys fan. Sounds awful familiar.
Yeah, wow. Yep. I'm kind of surprised by that. But yeah. But Double J.
Is that a burner account for you?
No, absolutely.
Oh, hell no.
Can you give us your one takeaway from the NBA All-Star Weekend?
Well, we're still waiting on Cole Anthony to make that dunk. But no. No, in all honesty, speaking of dunks, look, as you highlighted with Tim's weighing, 200 pounds, have we reached the point where we can only add objects or individuals or just accessories, or can the dunk contest actually evolve? Because now, again, it feels like we to Snowman's point, even we've gone in to the point where if you look at Shaq back in the day when Vince Carter, was doing his thing, he's got the camera out and his mouth, those images, live forever. Now he's like half asleep,
Yeah. So I got an answer for that too, man.
Snowman again weighing in. I haven't watched any All-Star activities truly since 2003. Yeah, I don't blame you.
And so, but with that being said, something I want to challenge, like TJ pointed out, hey, I haven't watched any of this stuff. I'm gonna draw a parallel between NASCAR fans and NBA fans when it comes to the All-Star. NASCAR, and just like the NBA, that first and second day are like empty. It looks like a high school gym. And same with the Truck Series and the Xfinity Series, and I don't understand why. So does the league have to do something different? Because this is supposed to be your highlight show. You know, and to see empty seats in any arena for all-star, anything with the all-star next to it, to me is it's disturbing in many respects, in my opinion. That should never be the case, but yet here we are. So you have folks like TJ not watching, let alone the many folks that was very evident and weren't attending.
Yeah, I don't know. What say you, Brother Rich? What was your one? That means good stuff from you, TJ, and Double J. It's good stuff. Well, what's your one takeaway from NBA All-Star Weekend?
I'm going to offend my small and mid-market teams on the program when I say that the word that comes to mind is boring, because on several social media, well, on the one particular, I won't say that, I can say Twitter, that I'm a part of, the feedback that I got from most people is that this was the most boring All-Star weekend, the least anticipated All-Star weekend in some time. Most people did not even bother making a big thing. We didn't even know who was competing in the dunk contest. There wasn't anybody to really look forward to in the game. There wasn't there's no kind of rivalry. There's no incentive to watch and participate. In Bird's Day, that's why one of the Snowman said to us earlier, we should rewind to 1988, because when Jordan was doing the dunk contest and Bird was doing the three-point contest and Reggie Miller and this one, there was something to look forward to, even into Vince Carter doing the dunks that he was doing. Let's be honest. We need to do away with the dunk contest. The dunk contest, if and when they do want an All-Star weekend, they should bring in the best high school dunkers. Professional basketball players.
That's a good, yeah. That's
and that's why we're at objectivity now, where we got to bring a car, we got to bring a lake. Somebody's going to bring the Empire State Building next time, because these young men can literally leap over tall buildings in a single bound. When you got a Zach LaVine in the league, and you got some of the wonderful athleticism that's on display night in and night out in the NBA, let's be honest, they're beyond their ability to dunk the basketball. We got to come up with some creative games, European players against American-born. We got to come up with our G League coming in and playing on the weekend against the NBA players, maybe the second-tier NBA players. Something to make people want to look at it now, like we wanted to look at it back in the day. But right now, like Snowman and others are saying, I don't know many people, even TJ and his leader is participating, and it's his weekend. Even TJ didn't participate in All-Star Weekend. So I think we got to really look at
that's a good point, Brother Rick.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a great point. You know what I mean? His number.
It'd be like if you and Jerry Jones, y'all in Dallas, and you don't go, down from the suite and go down to the field.
Now, bro, Rich, come on now. He had a lot of responsibilities this weekend. He was in the Clippers mascot. I saw him. He was out there.
Yeah, that didn't take long. Mr. Snowman weighs in again. 2003 should have been MJ's walk-off. Darn you, Jermaine O'Neal. Yeah, okay.
So you go. Go ahead.
Mr. Alba, bring up Mr. Alba's. Can we bring up Mr. Alba's? People can't afford to go anymore and don't have the time to go anymore. Okay, got you. Yeah. Amen to all this being preached. Shout out, man. We appreciate that. Maybe let them change the height of the rim. That will make it creative. You know what?
Shout
out to Mr. Alba.
Yeah.
Hey, I find that's one thing that's very, very interesting about NBA basketball in particular. At that level, and it's been made this claim by some folks on this program even, guys today are bigger, stronger, faster, quicker, taller, all of those things. All of those things are different. But one thing that has not changed, the parameters of the court, the height of the rim. You see that? So in other words, back in the day, like some people on this program like to, allude to all the time, the competition was weak. Them guys wasn't nothing but 4'5". Well, you could, if that's the case, then the court looked huge. It was enough space out there. But now you got a bunch of, your guards now are 6'9". and they wearing a size 12. We saw what happened with Kevin Durant. His toe, well, he was 2 inches away from sending the Milwaukee Bucks. You know what I'm trying to tell you? So maybe you need to start making changes, especially I think in particular, the height of the rim. 10 feet is nothing for these guys now who have so-called evolved the game, if you would. Dunking on a 10-foot rim, they be like, oh man, his head was all in the rim. That's because it's right at his waist level, to tell you the truth now. When they was 4 feet, then yeah, you could get away with a 10-foot rim really looked like a 10-foot rim. Nowadays, man, these dudes are 6'9", 7, 11, 10 feet with their wingspan. They making them 11 feet, and you talking about dunking on a 10-foot rim. Ain't nobody, That's
why it would never have made sense for LeBron James to participate in the dunk contest. Because as ferocious as he is, dunking would just be, that would be like he's playing with a little child's rim. Because if you just leave him to go dunk, I mean, how creative can he be with that kind of force that he brings on a night in and night out basis? So you gotta get rid of the dunk contest.
I want to bring in my man Jay Wilkerson, aka Doc. I don't have your video up, you know what I mean? Because we already 35 minutes in. Snowman again is weighing in, saying Dwight Howard already changed the height of the rim in Phoenix in 2009.
Yeah, he did a dunk where he lifted it up.
Yeah, he had it up 12 feet. He did a dunk.
Oh, is that? Yeah, okay. Yeah, help me out, Double J.
No,
okay.
As far as the dunk,
so when he dunked, I don't even remember. I mean, I remember. Is that when he had the cape on?
No, that was the same contest, but that wasn't a dunk.
Okay, so tell me then about the dunk. When he did that dunk, when it was at 12 feet, was it clean?
Yeah.
Okay, he ain't struggling.
He won that year, didn't
he? He won that year because he did that Superman dunk from the free throw line.
Yeah, I still say D. Browns was better when he held his wrist over his eyes like that.
Oh, my man blew the candle out on top of on the rim.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
The best dunk contest ever is Zach LaVine and Gordon. I mean, Gordon?
Ever? I don't know about ever.
Bro, ever.
Vince
Carter,
bro.
You see how he do that, though?
But you're 12 years old. You don't even know.
That's what I'm saying.
What? You haven't seen dunk contest.
I'm not. Hey, listen.
That's the problem I have.
This is my opinion. Y'all can't have a problem with my opinion. See, he about to say this is the problem I have.
No.
This is my opinion.
No,
that's
nobody.
The best dunk contest, and I'm gonna tell you why. Before you tell me the problem.
Hold on. Hold your thought. Let me say this. No, see, you're misconstruing what you saying, and you having an opinion. That's why you're on the platform, because of your opinion. But let me say this: nobody has an issue with your opinion. We have an issue with you saying ever.
Right. That's my whole opinion.
No, but you can't say. No, listen. But to say ever, that is a misappropriation of the word verbiage in your opinion. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you could say, man, that was the best dunk contest. Okay. Yeah, that I saw.
To quote the great Andre 3000.
I'm going to say how I said it.
Hold on. Go ahead, Double J. What were you saying?
Well, I was
it's my opinion. Y'all can't make it for the last 2 years. No, it's ever, because every dunk contest I didn't watch, I feel like that was the best one. The showcase of dunks.
Did you hear what you said?
Listen,
you said out of all the ones you've watched,
and I watched a lot, all them old ones too, bro. Listen, with Dominique and Jordan, with Nate Robinson, all the dunks he missed, the Vince Carter, I seen them, bro. I ain't see him live, so. That probably takes some of the wild factor away from me. So
that's what I'm saying. You get a whole different perspective when you see something in
live. I get it.
You do. But okay, I still disagree. You can't say ever. You can say it's the best one you ever saw.
Here's what's missing. Like so much in life, you're missing context. You're missing the context of what Jordan did in that dunk in '88. You're missing
Snowman.
The context of what Vince Carter, at the time Vince Carter did those dunks, nobody had seen anything like that. Today, when you see that in reverse, it looked like, oh man, he just did some nice dunks. But no, at that time, nobody had ever done what Jordan did. Nobody had done what Vince Carter did.
Yes, they did.
Who had done that?
Maybe Dr.
J did that. Dr. J did that dunk already. So we're not about to act like that was so crazy.
No. Dr. J did that one dunk, but but Jordan was doing things nobody had seen. Yes, Dr. J did one dunk. Vince Carter was doing things that people had never seen when Vince Carter did what he did.
His dunk from the foul line, right? That's his most iconic dunk in the dunk contest, right?
Absolutely. But it's not.
Okay, so listen.
He did that dunk. A bunch of people, David Thompson did that dunk before. People did the dunk before. But what Jordan did when he combined that dunk with what he did in that dunk contest, people look at that dunk contest at that time and said, wow, who is this guy? And it lifted Jordan's star even more because he was the most prolific player in the league going out and dominating the dunk contest. That was different. Vince Carter and what he did at the time he did it, the hops he had, the way he was going up and at the ease with which he did it.
Man, he put his arm in the rim.
Gold. People had never seen that before. That's what we're trying to tell you. Today you can look at that and because this one can do it and that one can do it.
But listen, I seen that dunk contest. I'm talking about the last dunk contest that I paid attention to, and it was that how you explain Jordan and Vince Carter. I seen two people doing that.
Correct.
For the entirety of the dunk contest. And the crazy thing is, the one that everybody knew won did not win.
Yeah, thanks.
Eric Gordon. Huh?
Yeah, Eric Gordon got
D-Wade. D-Wade, he know he blew that.
D-Wade should have given
it. They actually brought that up on Friday night. They said that's why he's not a judge and why he was an analyst this time.
Yep.
Rick, I want to say this to you and Jay.
Hey, you all have to forgive me if my screen went out. Could you all still see me, or did you see no?
Good.
Okay, I was just saying because I sent somebody an invite that's gonna jump in on here right quick. But go ahead. What were you saying?
This is my last little part of my opinion. The reason why I say ever is because every single dunk they did was either a 9 or a 10. If you watch that dunk contest, they didn't have. It was like a showcase of the greatest ever in my mind. Like that they took it to the next level, and then next year it was like, oh my god.
This year sucked.
Yeah, it was.
It's one of the worst.
It's interesting that it cut out. For those that recorded it on DVR, it stopped. So it was very strange. Usually these events, typically if you're allotted a certain amount of time, they went way past that. So right away they're going to alter some sort of rule in the future because they were leaving the quote unquote, the attempt element up to the judges. And that's definitely not going to be the case kind of moving forward, especially due to the time constraints.
Yeah, well, the human element factor is always a factor.
Oh yeah, last thing, that dunk Jordan did when foot was on the line, Zach LaVine, he did it and windmilled it behind the line. I'm just saying. All right, go ahead.
Anyway,
you don't make a good case. You don't make a good case for yourself when you denigrate one of the greatest players that ever touched the basketball.
Yeah, for sure.
At any time, that's never a good look.
But I stated facts.
No, that's
all right.
We'll let you go with your nonsense because we tolerate you like a baby in a crib. That we understand this.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, folks out there in TV land, I want to introduce you to Snowman. Mr. Snowman got his own podcast. You know what I'm saying? A fellow podcaster, vodcaster. Yeah, you can check him out. What is it? Restream, they can check you out? Snowman in the morning?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
They can check me out on YouTube. Snowman in the morning.
All right, got you. You're a little fuzzy over there, Mr. Snowman.
Can you guys know?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. I'm plugged in through my mixer. Let me turn this up here.
Okay. I got you.
Okay.
If you want, go ahead.
TJ.
Straight up.
TJ, you're not going to like me.
Straighten them out real quick.
Because
hey, I like you already.
That the best slam dunk contest was 2016. How dare you look at a father/grandfather's eyes and tell that bold-faced lie?
Oh my goodness! All right,
I'm listening.
Since to follow Barbershop Jay's rules, I can't turn into George Carlin or Richard Pryor, I'm going to say this as good as I'm going to say this as good as I can because I am a father and a grandfather and a very proud husband. TJ, you need to look at some old footage.
Yes.
And I mean examine it carefully, because before there was Aaron Gordon, before there was Zach LaVine, even before there was MJ. You know who won the first slam dunk? I'm gonna give you some history here. You know who won the first slam dunk contest at the NBA's version of the slam dunk contest in 1984? Look up the name Larry Nance. Before there was JaVale McGee.
Absolutely.
Before there was JaVale McGee dunking 2 balls at once, there was a fellow by the name of Larry Nance, 6'10" out of Clemson, who dunked 2 balls.
I tried to change the channel from the History Channel, and I can't.
Oh wow!
Broke.
Oh hell no!
TJ, you need some.
That's wrong.
Listen
That's
carefully.
wrong.
Yeah, don't pay no mind.
Before there was Aaron Gordon, look up a fellow by the name of Terrence Stansberry. Did he win a dunk contest? No.
Yeah.
Did he thrill the audience, especially in his hometown of Indianapolis, Indiana? He sure did. 1985 was that year. And he also
his name Terrence what?
Stansberry.
Let me say this, and I got to come to Doc right quick, because then I'll let you do one too, Snowman.
Okay.
And I'm not even saying this against TJ, because he and I go back and forth all the time.
Right.
The thing is, when the younger generation, I don't know if you call them generation, I don't know, speed racer or whatever you want to, I don't know, generation courage the cowardly dog, whatever they are. When they go back and watch footage from back in the day, they go by. Now, remember, a NBA contest is 48 minutes, right? All it has been since we've been, as I know, right? They'll go back and watch 6 minutes of that, and then come talk about some. Yeah, my era was better. No, like Snowman pointed out, when you go back and watch it, not only should you watch it in its entirety, but study it. I challenge everybody who says about this era in particular of basketball that it's better than our era. And I'm not saying our era was better than the one before. I'm just saying, seeing our era and this era, go and watch a marquee game with no volume. And I promise you, the perspective will be far more truer than it would be if you're listening to it with the announcement and fans and such. Because the announcers have a way of, they have player bias too. Do you understand? They play a guy all up or play a guy all down. And even though you're saying, well, man, I watched the game, I can see it. Believe me when I tell you, I took public speaking journalism was my major in college. And I ain't saying that to pat myself on the back. I'm just saying, I had to take courses that get down to the nuances of understanding communications, verbal versus nonverbal, things of that nature. When you can watch the game with sound. Obviously, most of us do. But again, when you eliminate that sound, you don't have the distractions that you did with the sound. And therefore, I forget what they call it when you're seeing something, it's more tuned in is what it is. Believe me when I tell you. The perspective for watching a game, a tape delay versus in person versus a past video, they all entirely different. And I guarantee your perspective will be different. Guarantee it. Doc, give me your take. Give me one takeaway from the NBA's All-Star Weekend.
I mean, I enjoyed the weekend. Only thing that was really like a bummer for me was the slam dunk contest. I'm like, if I knew it was going to be this trash, I could have made this on Friday, and then we could have had everything else Saturday and Sunday.
It was kind of.
What kind of dunk contest was that? Like, those were basic dunks. Everybody was missing left and right. I'm like, what is this? Even Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got up and walked away. Shaq looked
Yeah. Snowman, give me your take. Give us your one takeaway from the NBA All-Star Weekend.
I'm glad. May I put it in 2 simple words?
Yes, go right ahead.
May I put it in 2 simple words?
Yes, go right ahead.
It sucked. Next question.
Got you. Yeah, so I think I'm in agreement with everybody here, man. From what I saw, there were, like I said, 2 things that stood out to me. If there were 30 things I watched, again, there were two things that stood out, and them two to the 30 in its entirety. That's not a good ratio. It was the guy dunking in the Timbs, and Carl Anthony Towns winning the 3-point shootout.
That's what I didn't see coming. Shout out to Katz.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, can I say something though?
Go right ahead. What you gonna say, Snowman?
Where's the creativity?
Thank you.
Yeah, well, that's
I honestly feel like they should take some of these other guys that are known for like the Anthony Edwards, like put John Moran in it again, like LeBron should step up, like people that actually can dunk, put them in it. Don't put
but that was the thing, and I think to Brother Richard's point, somewhat, when we were growing up, the stars were not afraid to do that. Now, the stars have an excuse for not doing it, but yet and still, they get to sit at the same table and get the same size plate as the other stars who did used to do it. You get what I mean? No. And in some cases, they're supposed to be better than these guys. I'm so glad you brought that up. What didn't those guys we watch, what didn't they do in regards to the game? What didn't they do? What didn't they compete in or compete at? Now you got these guys nowadays. We talk about you got a 3-point specialist now. If a guy if he ain't doing his specialty, if he ain't hitting threes, he ain't no good to you. But these guys are so much better.
Man, I know you ain't talking about our 3-point specialists. The ones y'all had back then, that's really what only thing they can do. Like,
that's all they can do nowadays anyways. Just 3-point.
Yeah,
you even got big men shooting the three. Like back in the day, big men played under the basket, power forwards played under the basket, and your small forwards, point guards, and shooting guards who work the perimeter. Now everybody's everywhere.
So
that sound like they learned how to do more things. That's what that sound like to me.
No, they're forcing themselves out there onto the perimeter to shoot threes. You got so many centers now that are like actively trying to keep up with Steph Curry and the rest of the 3-point shooters. When back in the day, your job was to get rebounds and putbacks. That's it. All we need you for.
Hey,
barbershop.
They getting paid too much money just to do those two things, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I expect them to do more, but don't focus so much on the 3-point shot where it takes away from the rest of the game.
They get paid too much money to be so 3 reliant. Go ahead, Double J.
Thank you.
Well, I was gonna say we got a comment from Jaime.
Y'all sound so old and terrible.
From Mr. Guerrera. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Mr. Jamie Guerrera, let me get you on here. He said, I don't want to hear that. There's no other dunks to do when 2016 dunk contest was amazing. Sound like something TJ is saying. Is that what you were saying, TJ? 2016 dunk contest?
Was the greatest ever.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
Gotcha. Yeah, go ahead, Double J. What's the other one?
TJ, you're going to make me madder than my granddaughter.
No, don't do that. Don't let him make you mad. TJ is my arch nemesis and the world's #1 antagonist. You don't let him make you mad.
You know what? I'm kidding around. I'm kidding around with everybody on the panel. This is in good-natured fun. I love having discussions like this. This is in pure TJ. Please do not take this comedian seriously. This is good, unadulterated, fun.
Hey, Grandpa is the only one complaining up here, man. So.
Hell no.
Mr. Alva, again, am I wrong to say that back in the day, dunking was not allowed or frowned upon? Seemed that the 80s brought out the enthusiasm out in all levels of b-ball. I bet owners said it sold tickets. Let them do it. Yeah, if he's saying,
I agree.
Shout out, Mr. Alva. Yeah, the stars should be in the dunk contest.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Why not?
Yeah. And how come LeBron James is too chicken bleep to get in the dunk contest?
Exactly.
Right,
very good
no reason why he can't be in the dunk contest.
No reason why.
Well, he's 40 now, so leave it alone.
But he's still dunking like he a fresh 25, 30-year-old.
40, and he took a fadeaway and nearly fell out of bounds in Atlanta. Next question.
Exactly. And
I love it. I love that y'all want him to do all this stuff. It shows how great he is that y'all still expect these things of him. Yes.
We just saying if you're that great, why don't you get into the dunk contest? All the other greats are done.
Not once did y'all say why Giannis Antetokounmpo, who take 2 steps just to get across half court to dunk, is not in it. Why he ain't? And he the MVP, defensive player of the year,
the Finals MVP.
Dunker.
Okay, but guess what?
Giannis ain't no flashy between the legs, 360 windmill. He's not that. Yeah, he'll take 2 steps and then bang it. You gotta have a certain amount of flash to get in the dunk contest.
Hold on, let's let Brother Rich in here. Okay, let's give everybody a shot. But let me say this: I'm speaking of all of them. I said the stars.
But y'all start with LeBron. He's 40.
No,
leave him alone, man.
No,
let me change my name. Let me back out of here and change my name back to who I really am, man.
We're not necessarily starting with him per se. But what I'm saying is, if you all say because he's 40, whenever he drop a triple double, you all laud the fact that he's 40. Can you hear he's still doing this at 40? Well, then do that then at 40. You can't pick and choose how great he is at 40 and versus how great he ain't at 40. You can't do that.
You want to know what LeBron needs to do at 40 besides the triple doubles and participate in the dunk contest? How about win one?
Ooh. Win what?
You know what LeBron needs to do at 37, 38, and 39, and we know it's not going to happen given how this lineup is constructed? Win one.
Yeah. And
he got 4. He got 4 already. So
okay, but that's not enough. That's not enough.
That's not enough for what? That's not enough for what?
That's not enough.
Okay.
That's not enough.
Magic Johnson has 5. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's not enough to be.
I got a piece of trivia. Name the only rookie to win Finals MVP as a rookie.
Okay.
Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson.
Hold on, TJ. Hold on. Why is that an old man? Why is you so dismissive about that?
About what?
He asked the question. He put out some trivia. And you
said, who didn't know that though? Like who was he?
Oh, that's what that was for. Okay, I thought you was just being.
That's a great. Hey, listen, that's a great feat, and that shows you how much competition was in the league at that time. That's all that is.
Yeah, disrespectful. It was plenty of competition.
Let me throw another piece of trivia. NBA World Championship trivia, and it goes like this. The Lakers finally broke the jinx against the Boston Celtics. What was the year?
What is it?
83?
84.
I was going to say 84.
No, 83 was Philly. No. Philly won 83.
Yeah,
so
83
was Philly. I think I heard somebody say it.
84.
It wasn't 84?
No.
85.
Dang, I thought it was.
85. Someone just said it.
Yeah, 85. All right. Shout out to 85.
Now,
at the end of the day,
Barbershop J, you know me entirely too well. Got to put a little numerical context behind it. They won Game 6 in Boston on a Sunday afternoon. That final was 111 to 100.
Oh, y'all missing it.
Hey, don't do that, man. The man is speaking. Don't be disruptive. hey. Disrespectful. Hold on. We're going to take a 30-second commercial break. We'll be right back. Don't y'all touch that dial. Stay tuned. All righty, yes, indeed. We are back. Yes, indeed, we are back. At the end of the day, we want to keep this thing rolling right along. You know what I'm saying? Snowman, I appreciate you joining us for that little all-star segment of the show. Hey. But we're going to keep things rolling.
Hey, thanks for that.
Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. Shout out to Snowman for joining us.
Shout out, Snowman.
Yes, indeed. All right, bro. We'll catch up with you, man. Holla. All right, that was my man, Snowman, in the morning. Up next is 5 burning questions. And these 5 burning questions take us back to Super Bowl 56. Fellas,
excuse me.
Number 1, to answer the previous question or the question that was posed, is Matthew Stafford a Hall of Famer? Doc.
No.
I'm biased.
I said Doc. You didn't raise your hand.
You can't ask me. He's still my quarterback. I'm gonna say he's a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
My quarterback. It's not his fault that he was stuck on the team for well, it's kind of his fault because he could have left instead of taking the money. But it's not his fault to force and do what they're supposed to do with that team. He still did what he did. He got to the playoffs 3 times. Unfortunately, he lost. I mean, he broke records with Calvin Johnson. He broke records with Cooper Kupp, and he's still going. Like, I feel like at the end of his career, he will be a Hall of Famer. He's on his way. He might not be one right now. He can't retire right now and be a Hall of Famer. But I feel like by the end, when it's all said and done, he'll be Hall of Fame.
Okay.
He just wasted the first 12 years of his career in Detroit. He should have got on down.
Yeah, don't say that to some of these people on this program platform. Double J, is Matthew Stafford a Hall of Famer?
No.
Oh, wow.
Now, look, let's make this very clear here. Blaming the Fords is one thing and very much deserved. However, there's 2 sides to the coin. This is still an individual that had the opportunity to close out the division in a game on Monday night, and he didn't. Right? He lost the game. He did exactly what he's still the same quarterback. He's still the same guy. Now, historically, in the historical context, do I believe he'll get in because of what he did statistically with Calvin and then what he did with Cooper Kupp? Absolutely. But realistically, he's made how many Pro Bowls? Again.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I thought the old adage was, it ain't how you start, it's how you finish.
That's it. That's how you finish, bro.
Okay. Now listen, you know what's interesting? Now, let's be real here. Can we just be straightforward? Okay. I done suffered enough heartbreak as it is these last couple of weeks. If this situation was Baker Mayfield or Aaron Rodgers or anybody else that certain folks on this program platform like, then we would be talking about him in a great light. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. Can we be objective for once on this platform? Can we put our personal biases aside and except for and unless we're talking about the apologists? No, the Brown apologist section of the world. But anyway, yeah, that is unbelievable. But I mean, go ahead, Double J. Go ahead and finish your diatribe.
It's just look. He was up until this run, right? This past postseason run was being questioned if he was even value. Did he live up to being a number 1 pick, let alone a Hall of Fame quarterback? And what did he do? What did he do outside? Often when we're debating this stuff, we're talking about additional accolades outside of rings. He lacks that.
Okay, so
again, we're talking longevity. Well, great. I understand he should get a medal for being able to play for the Lions for 12 years. But the fact of the matter is that's not a free pass into the Canton Hall of Fame. Now
you can't get them accolades when you ain't got nobody but Megatron.
But Megatron, how much more do you want?
Give him something. You can't win with just 2 people, bro.
Receivers all
you
time.
Can't win with 2 people.
Hold on. Any quarterback that has had multiple weapons from the skill position did some fantastic things. Ain't
Not
too many
Baker.
of them that had. Ain't too many. I said
Baker trash. We ain't gonna talk about
that. Nobody said it. You see what I'm saying? But
I'm just saying. You said any quarterback. I said not him.
Okay. Well, let me rephrase then.
So are we gonna let Jimmy Garoppolo in now? He's got a bunch of rings.
Do we?
Does he though?
He got like 1 or 2.
He's got 2.
Being a
Jimmy
backup.
Garoppolo ain't got no 2 rings.
I gotta check the tape on that.
Jimmy Garoppolo did not have no 2 rings.
Hey, listen, and that goes to show you if Jimmy Garoppolo got 2
rings, he got
rings,
weapons all around him.
Hold on. If Jimmy Garoppolo got 2 rings, and we got to sit here and ask the question, if he got 2 rings, what do that say about him and his 2 rings? Danny Ferry got a ring.
Facts.
Okay, you know what I'm saying. Listen, hey.
But wait a minute. Look, going apples to apples, him versus Aaron Rodgers.
Who versus Aaron Rodgers?
It's Matt Stafford. They both have 1 ring, but again, outside of that, it's lopsided statistically.
Aaron Rodgers got a squad though.
Yeah, but yeah,
you're talking about this guy has 2.
He never had a first
record.
Aaron Rodgers has always had a squad.
No, but he never had a first-round receiver ever.
But Green Bay has always been set up for success. Detroit hasn't.
Thank you. What difference do it make what round you was picked in? And
hold on. Let me say he never had a first-round receiver, but I remember it was like 4 years in a row that Detroit drafted receivers in the first round.
That's right, Kenny Galladay. Well, we're gonna forget about him now.
Don't act like But no, don't act like they wasn't trying, because they drafted all them receivers in a row.
Okay, but I think the fact that he played in Detroit helps the case of why he's not a Hall of Famer, because you could pat your stats in Detroit. No, nothing was expected of you there. You had this talent. You threw the ball. You could literally do anything. And then you fall into LA in the perfect circumstance where the team is really set up for success. And all they needed was somebody competent, more competent than the last guy at that position. Remember, if you ever was in a plug and play situations, the Rams were the perfect plug and play circumstance.
I would make the same case that
it's like 14.
Hold on. Let him finish. Go ahead, finish, brother.
All McVay was looking for is, who do I need to plug into this position that will do this and win the ring that I know this team is set up to win? Remember, the Rams were favored last year. Let's not forget that. They were favored last. And the year before that, but for New Orleans and what happened there, come on, this is going on for some time that this team has been expected. And now the stadium opens. Everything is set up. The NFL has the Super Bowl in LA, and he comes into the perfect circumstance. Let's see if he does something with this team next year before we start this conversation.
Well, and this is my point here. If the Chicago Bears had made a similar trade in 2005 as someone other than Rex Grossman, they would have it would have been the exact same. They would have beaten Peyton Manning because of that defense, and the rest is history.
Brian Urlacher, and they probably.
Okay, so then.
Here we go. Here we go.
Honest, since we're talking about this, I'm a big fan of him. But Tom Brady fell into the exact same situation in Tampa Bay, because all they needed was, and they got more than what they needed. The team was already there. All they needed was, and they got way more than they needed in getting the GOAT.
All they needed was to play Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs. Okay.
Let me say this. I'm not saying that having a franchise quote unquote type quarterback is not essential. But what I am saying is this. The Rams couldn't get over the hump until they got a guy like Matt Stafford. So, listen. But
that's exactly right. Not Matt Stafford, a guy like Matt Stafford.
Well, and that guy happened to be that guy.
Ain't that many guys like Matt Stafford in the league?
Okay, listen. I'm not saying Matt Stafford is no Dan Marino or none of that, and that's why the guy I was getting ready to mention.
You're talking about him like he is.
No, but here's what I'm saying. Marino got to one and never got to another one.
Yeah,
so
that's
hey, see, that's what I'm talking about. See,
no, listen,
that's what I'm talking about. Y'all bring
I'm hold on. No, let me finish. I would take Marino over Stafford in a heartbeat.
I was going to ask you that.
I would take Marino over Stafford in a heartbeat. But the point I'm making is
what?
Yeah, listen, TJ didn't see Dan Marino. That 1983 draft.
All I know is he ain't getting no rings.
Okay,
and Stafford got one soon. He got a good team.
Hey, listen, that 1983 NFL
how many good
draft,
teams did Dan Marino have?
Oh man,
not many.
Okay, so he was on a trash organization. That's what y'all telling me. So
I didn't say that.
That's
how many good teams? Good and trash is two different things.
Mm-hmm.
That 1983 draft is still considered, in terms of quarterbacks, as the best draft ever. Since you want to put ever on something. The point I'm making is you can't give credit for or against based on if you like this or like that guy or not. If the Rams needed a guy to get them over the hump since they were already built, then they shouldn't have had no problems with golf.
Mm-hmm.
They got Matt Stafford, and it was a reason why they got Matt Stafford. Because I'm sure McVay, when he got rid of Goff, it could have been, I don't know who the list of people, but there could have been a few other guys out there that they probably could have gotten. Why go get Matt Stafford?
Who could they have gotten?
Oh, yeah, who?
I said, listen.
You can't just throw that.
I said I don't know. I said I don't know the list. I'll admit to that. I don't know.
If they got Aaron Rodgers, do you think that they would have won? Absolutely.
Yeah, they would have won the Super Bowl. They got Aaron Rodgers.
But
how is it?
Somebody competent to run that offense and be backed up by that defense, and that team was plug and play. That's what we're saying.
But guess what though? You still got to execute.
And he almost threw it away. Look at the last 6 weeks of the season.
But almost only counting hand grenades and horseshoes.
Hold up.
We're not using that.
He brought them back in a number of games.
Yeah.
Like in the playoffs, he was down like in every game and won them in the final drive. So get credit where credit is due, man.
That's all I'm saying.
Because
listen, would you
I know
take
in Cleveland, we got somebody, if the game on the line, he's throwing a pick six and it's for sure gonna be over with.
But I'm trying to explain that Stafford did that plenty of times in Detroit. You know, this whole notion, I get it that, hey, the franchise didn't go all in, but let's not pretend that they didn't have Ndamukong Suh. They didn't have Nick Farrell. They didn't have my guy from Purdue on the defensive line. They had big play. They had all these dudes. They had
so in other words,
Megatron. Come on, man. They had
they
even had a competent coach.
If they didn't succeed, then we blaming the coaching. Is that what we're doing?
Well, they did that, and now look where they are because they held Caldwell accountable.
So then let's give Matt Stafford his credit then.
Oh my gosh,
his credit for what?
Oh wait, are we blaming
coach fired?
Oh man, come on now, Jim Caldwell. They fired. Listen, they fired Jim
Caldwell.
They
fired Jim Caldwell because they ain't want him in the first place.
If I'm playing for the Denver, I can't even use it. What team is in last place right now in the Eastern? If I'm playing for the Knicks right now, and they're falling, the bottom is falling off that team. The reality is I get to throw up some shots on nights where if I was playing for the Phoenix Suns, I got to be more careful because they're playing for something. The Knicks are playing for them. Players are playing for their survival until Zion gets there or they get to that superstar that they really need to build around. Really, everybody just going out, running out, throwing up the ball every night.
Okay, so could a guy like Tannehill then? Could he have done it?
No.
I don't.
He's a scrub.
No.
First of all, he already in the same type of team.
This is exactly like when Baltimore, the year when Baltimore won
the same.
Who was their quarterback when Baltimore went?
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco. This is exactly like Flacco.
They won off their defense that year. Joe Flacco.
No, they did not. No, they did not. They did not win off their defense that year, bro. They run off Joe Flacco.
If your defense stopped everybody from scoring,
listen, one bomb in Denver, and that was it. That was
crazy.
Okay, well, all I asked was,
bro.
Y'all not see that playoff, man?
Yeah, I just don't remember all of it.
The Super Bowl game they won off defense.
Hold on. Let me get some of these comments
off of defense. That's what we're talking about.
Let me get to
some of these
comments.
And they won, and the Rams won their Super Bowl off of defense. Did the defense not?
The Ravens won their first Super Bowl.
Hey, but I tell you what, let me get some of these comments. Let me get some of these comments now. Mr. Alva, he's been sitting here for a minute. Doug Williams versus Stafford both started career with bad teams. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Double J, can you throw the next one up for me?
Yeah, yep.
Mr. Alva, again, Marino had numbers, so does Rivers and others. They were an assistant that allowed them to do, but not true great quarterbacks with great organization and coaches, so they had no excuses. Okay. Is it one more?
Nope.
No?
Yeah, because Phillip Rivers should have won that year with
Phillip Rivers should have won a couple
Tomlinson.
Yeah,
with LT, they should have won a couple.
And Antonio Gates.
Yeah,
that's what happens with no defense, right?
Yeah, but here's the deal, though. Yeah, and we're getting ready to come to that next. But the thing is, in order for and I went back and watched that Kansas City Cincinnati when we were talking about should the overtime rules be changed. I went back and watched that game, and do you know that we were talking about when do the defenses get a chance or somebody or another? Both offenses and defenses in that game did get their chances in overtime. Kansas City just blew it, so to speak. But
that's why you're hearing the rumors of him having an issue with Eric Bieniemy now.
Oh, really?
Or maybe you haven't heard that, but I certainly have. Right. Yeah, absolutely. There's a rift there. Not only that, he has now told his wife or girlfriend, whatever she is, Sideshow brother, to keep the circus at home.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, somebody got to be willing to tell somebody no, regardless of how much fandom or stardom that you got, or stardom because of the star that you got. But let me say this, right? Let me go back to the Rams. The Rams definitely won that on defense, no question.
Thank you.
But hold on, wait a minute. Wait. Wait a minute. They definitely won it on defense, no question. But they were down in that game. The Rams were late in that game.
All right.
So in order,
a last second drive.
So in order for the defense to do its job,
Stafford
what came first, the chicken or the football?
No.
You get what I'm saying?
Why was that game even close?
Okay, but let me ask you a question. Let's look at this now.
Cincinnati's defense was on our
Let's look at
head.
this now. Let's look at this. Let me ask you a question. Let's take your argument and put an analytical perspective on it.
Okay.
If he's throwing to any other wide receiver but Cooper Kupp or OBJ in some of those circumstances, does that work? Because you can also see some throws from him that were absolutely suspect, and you could see that there were times when he looked not competent at all. Yes, he ended up having the ball thrown at the right place at the right time, and Cooper Kupp becoming, remember, people were talking about Cooper Kupp could have been considered MVP of that Super Bowl in the initial stages. So he performed in a way that was admirable as well. So you just can't dismiss his ability on the receiving end.
No,
all I need for here's we're talking about competence. All
I see what you're trying to say.
To do is to be competent enough to do what Baker would do in that circumstance, unfortunately, and probably throw.
But you judging that game by how that game played out.
That's the only thing you can judge it by. The Super Bowl.
Well, Stafford had an amazing year though. Like,
okay, so let me ask this then. Let me ask this then. So in order for Cooper Kupp to do his job, who got to do their job?
The quarterback.
No, a whole lot of people. A whole lot of people.
Well, let's not pretend that the guy didn't have a good year. Like
in order for Cooper Kupp to do his job, who got to get him the ball?
Stafford played a good game.
So the quarterback can throw.
Has to get him the ball. We're not dismissing his ability to not turn the ball over. That's not what we're saying. Is he's effective at not turning the ball over. He's not a what's my man from who was in New Orleans?
Jameis Winston.
He's not Winston. He's not a Jameis Winston.
Okay.
So we give him credit. Oh, he's not. If Jameis Winston didn't turn the ball over, he's a better quarterback than Matt Stafford in terms of natural skill, arm strength,
all right,
ability. But
he ain't able to put it together though.
Yeah, listen, I've seen Matt Stafford throw. I've seen Matt Stafford throw interceptions. I'm not saying that he's not interception. I've seen him do that, but I also seen. But I tell you what, and I was going back and forth with a guy on Facebook about this. Matt Stafford would throw a couple of them early. But let's give him the credit that he deserves, as we would anybody else, when he get the throws and make the right throws late.
Because that's what I'm saying.
Listen,
if you could do it the whole time, you wouldn't have to be clutch.
But guess stop. Listen, because
that's almost like intentional.
No, like Herm said many a time on this platform, when you are in the NFL, there are levels of intensity that go from preseason, regular season, playoff, first round, second round, third round, Super Bowl.
It gets more and more intense.
It gets more and more intense. So I'm not going to ask a guy to not be human and be affected by the moment. Them bright lights in the Super Bowl, I've heard players that played in Super Bowl, Gerard Cherry and all them type of guys who have described the moment after, right before the kickoff or when they shut the lights out in the place and then all you see is cell phone lights or whatever it is. He said, dog, my whole body went numb. He said, I ain't never had an experience like that in a game ever. And I've been playing football all my life. They'll tell you that. The Super Bowl is a big deal, and you cannot get away from it as a human being. All I'm saying is Matt Stafford is everything everybody is saying on this platform, but he's also a guy who has shown, regardless of whether with the Lions or the Rams, that he can get it done late because he needed to make sure, because all throughout early that game, he was looking paltry.
So let me ask you a question, Double J. Double J, is he telling us that based on what he just said, Barbershop is telling us that qualifies you for the Hall of Fame? Because
no. I'm not saying Matt Stafford is a Hall of Famer.
Thank you.
No.
That doesn't
I'm not
qualify
saying
you for the Hall of Fame because
I'm not.
It's your job.
I'm not saying that.
It's his job.
I'm not saying that.
I just the Hall of Fame here.
Okay, I was just
elite.
I was just asking if
when he retires, he'll be elite.
Hold on. I'm not saying that. In all honesty, I think he got a little bit more. The jury is still out before he's a Hall of Famer. I was just asking the question, but from asking the question, it turned into seem like, is he worthy of even being asked or worthy of being in a discussion? That I do.
I'm
think
going to
he's
tell
worthy
you
of being in
guys
discussion.
now. What you're going to find out here with half that defense retiring, what he can do without it, and it's going to be a very
Well, we could say that about a
stark
lot
Still
of
got
guys.
reminder.
offensive weapons. We'll see what they do next year.
Yeah, we see. Yeah, but
He
here's the deal,
had
though.
weapons. We knew what he
It
could do.
don't
with
matter
weapons.
what he do now. All
We'll
he
see
gotta
what
do
he do
is put
next
up
year.
big numbers, and he's gonna make
And
the
he
Hall
good.
of Fame.
Yeah.
We'll see what he do next year.
He got that. He got that ring. It's a wrap for that discussion. Y'all
Yeah,
know that.
Aaron Donald has, if I'm not mistaken, Aaron Donald said something about he said if y'all can get Von Miller and OBJ back,
Yeah, he said
I'll
one
definitely-
more
was
round.
drunk.
He said I'll definitely come back. Okay, let me get to these questions, because then we still got a whole nother segment here, and we've been at it for a while. Shout out to the folks out there that still stay with us. Is it fair to mention Aaron Donald in the same conversation as a Deion Sanders, Ed Reed, Mean Joe Green, Dick Butkus, Ronnie Lott, Reggie White, and an LT? Doc?
Yes, defenses fear him. You see how he had to hold off two guys with one arm while tussling with somebody else on the sideline? Like people, offensive linemen, they fear Aaron Donald.
Okay.
They fear him. That's why they have all these different packages. You pull and come over on this side and block, and you come. They design these blocks and things like that specifically for Aaron Donald, because they know if he get one-on-one situations, 9 times out of 10 you get knocked on your behind.
Yeah. All right. Hold that thought, fellas. I'm coming back to everybody again. We're gonna take another 30-second break. Don't y'all touch that dial. Stay tuned.
Okay, Cunningham, you watching the Shop Report?
Touch that dial. Stay tuned.
Hey, I'm Billy Butler, and thank you for watching the Shop Report. Hey guys, I'm Les Norman, former Kansas City Royal, and you're watching the Shop Report.
Barbershop J, Quentin Hines, Super Bowl champion. I'm ready. Let's do it. I'm on.
All right, we are back.
Oh yeah.
Double J. Is it fair to mention Aaron Donald in the same conversation as Deion Sanders, Ed Reed, Mean Joe Green, Dick Butkus, Ronnie Lott, Reggie White, and Lawrence Taylor?
Yes. Speaking of accolades, unlike Stat Patford, he has the ring was the only thing. I don't think for that. This guy lived up to billing every day, every week, every year. Has every credential you could potentially ask for. When you talk about all-time greats, he absolutely belongs in that conversation. To me, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
No question. All right, Brother Rich, is it fair to mention Aaron Donald in the same conversation as Deion Sanders, Ed Reed, Mean Joe Green, Dick Butkus, Ronnie Lott, Reggie White, or Lawrence Taylor?
It's unfair not to mention him in that group after what he's done.
Okay.
In so much as I'll acknowledge once again on this program, I'm the least knowledgeable about the sport of football on this program. However, I can tell you that watching Aaron Donald, he definitely has it. And it doesn't take football genius to understand and see and notice that he has it. As it is described, is this intangible that an individual may have and possesses, where you can look at them doing what they do and say, that guy is different from everybody else that's doing it. And when you watch, there is no doubt, when you watch Aaron Donald on a football field, you can see that he has intangibles, that there's something with him, moving as a machine, a level like Kobe. He has that Mamba mentality that makes him distinct and apart from everybody else on the field with him. Absolutely, without a doubt.
Yeah, I feel you on that. TJ, is it fair to mention Aaron Donald in the same conversation as Deion Sanders, Ed Reed, Mean Joe Green, Dick Butkus, Ronnie Lott, Reggie White, and LT?
Yeah, he definitely should be mentioned with all of them, because like everybody said on the program, that you gotta prepare for him. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, my bad. I've been watching this all-star stuff. Yeah, you gotta prepare for him like no other, man. And his engine don't stop running. And if you tee him off, he gonna go crazy, like you said, like you seen in the Super Bowl. So yeah, you gotta mention him.
Simple push to Joe Burrow that threw him off the sideline.
Yeah. All right,
that
TJ,
turned him up.
we're gonna stay with you in this next one. Who had the bigger impact for the Rams Super Bowl win? Cooper Kupp, or Aaron Donald? And which one should have won MVP?
I'll be honest, you could have gave it to either one of them.
What? Yo.
Oh,
okay. Well, hold on. That's a fair opinion. Double J.
I'm being honest. You could have gave it to either one of them because that last drive, Cooper Kupp must have told Matt Stafford, "Hey, bro, I don't care which what."
What you say, Doc?
Go ahead, Doc.
My bad.
No, so that last drive, Cooper Kupp must have told Stafford, "Hey, man, I don't care who's checking me. I don't care how many people over there throw me the ball. I'm catching it." And as you seen, they kept holding him, pass interference. He still got the touchdown. He still did what he had to do. So,
so you say either one, you cool with?
Made apple pie out of Eli.
Yeah, Aaron Donald, he was a monster that game, but I wouldn't mind either one of them getting it.
Brother,
but but hold on, one more thing. But Aaron Donald, the reason they probably gave it to Kupp because it was two other linemen who did basically the same thing Aaron Donald did in that game.
Okay.
Well,
Brother
I
Rich.
believe he Von Miller, but I don't know who that other one is you talking about.
Yeah, I don't know that other guy's name, but he had the same.
Floyd, I think.
He had the same like.
Oh, you said lineman, yeah.
Actual sacks and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, Robinson or something like number 94.
Yes, but let's be honest.
No, speaking of, that was another former Lion, Ashawn Robinson. Absolutely.
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
I was.
Everybody
How
needs
about that?
shine,
Somebody
bro.
that played with Stat Padford.
Everybody
Get
needs
the
Detroit to
results.
shine.
Wow,
Yeah,
yeah.
Double J, that's disrespectful. Stop calling him Stat Pafford. He didn't met the measurement that you all say are required. Cut that out. Brother Rich, who had the bigger impact, in your opinion, for the Rams Super Bowl win?
Aaron Donald. If Aaron Donald does not rally the defense and get that team and make that team and will that team to do what they do that game is over. Aaron Donald should have been the MVP. Let's also say this as I close out this point. The MVP of the Super Bowl is more a political than a performance point. And so
I would agree with
considerations are given for sponsorship, marketing deals, all these kind of things, and that contributes ultimately to who becomes the MVP of the Super Bowl.
And betting. Yep, betting and stuff.
Yeah, TJ, could you stop checking your ice, man? It's really
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Double J, who had the bigger impact, in your opinion, for the Rams Super Bowl win? Kupp or Donald?
Well,
and who should have won the MVP?
Well, who should have won the MVP was the referees, right? So, because otherwise the Rams aren't Super Bowl champions. But taking that a step further.
Whoa. Don't even say that like that. Don't say that like that because they gave them a clear 7 points before the half got there. Like before the second half came, they gave them a clear 7 points.
Face mask.
Come on now.
They missed it, but how many more attempts? We could have still been waiting.
We asked that question.
So listen, that's even out.
Another flag.
Called.
Yeah,
that was called.
Matt Stafford missed another pass.
Penalties off.
Flag. Here's another try. Let's do that again. Let's do that again.
Well,
anyway,
guess what?
What they weren't doing.
If Matt Stafford missed another pass, the refs then again missed another opportunity to call the game right. So it was a whole lot of missing going on. All right. Yeah, but go ahead.
Y'all want to blame the refs so bad. They did a good job at officiating.
Honestly, though.
So if you want to know the impact that Aaron Donald has.
Let me finish. Go ahead.
That the fact that we're acknowledging Ashawn Robinson, Leonard Floyd, Von Miller, that's the impact that because it's allowing them to have one-on-one coverage and to be able to beat their guy. That's because he's getting double teamed, and yet he still managed to have the impact that he had.
Okay, but hold up.
Von Miller was getting double too. I don't know if y'all watched some of the highlights.
Yeah,
he was getting double too, man.
No, I watched the game. Hold on. And Aaron Donald, it ain't no question. I thought he should have won MVPs. Let me get that out of the way first. However, in the first quarter, the second quarter, and maybe portions of whatever it was, up until the defensive coordinator for the Rams decided to put a defender right over the center, Aaron Donald wasn't having the impact on that game like he had at the end. So I ain't mad at him that he had at the end. It's when he stuck because they were not allowing him. and they were showing replays. We talked about this. They were showing replays throughout the game. They would show how the center for the Bengals. They said, man, until the and they mentioned, they said until the coordinator put somebody over directly over the center, the center was able to help off on the tackle or whatever it is. When the coordinator put a defender right over the center,
they couldn't double team.
They could not double team Donald, and that's when he did what Donald always do. But early in that game, when he had 2 men assigned to him, he wasn't having the impact that he had late. And I'm mad. I'm just saying.
But that goes back to coaching.
He's so dominant that they got to go into the game with a game plan for him specifically.
Yeah, no question.
Exactly.
With that,
making the case that this is why he was the most dominating figure in the game. He's the player that stood out the most, and he should have been the MVP.
And then early on, you can't blame him for that either, because he's not going to tell his defensive coordinator, no, we're going to put somebody over the top so I can get off. You're going to do what the coach tells you to do.
That's fair. So, Doc, in your opinion, who had the bigger impact for the Rams Super Bowl win, Kupp or Donald? And who should have been MVP?
It's like neck and neck for me. It's Donald, but not by far. Because Kupp, he did do his thing on offense once OBJ went out. And what's his name? Van Jefferson, he wasn't really doing much. The tight end, he wasn't really doing much. What's his name?
He bailed them out. Bryson Hopkins.
I didn't even know he played.
He wasn't barely doing that game. So
absolutely, he played in that game. Boilermaker.
He did, but he didn't have the impact that Cooper Kupp had.
That's why we get the mention. He probably had one. He probably had one catch for
the Boilermakers is like you with the Cowboys barbershop.
Oh hell no!
You should have said the Miami Hurricanes. That would have been better. You would have got a different kind of button.
Too, but we know that involved Mike Potter.
Yeah.
So we don't children.
Whoever that guy is, Double J just mentioned, I didn't even know he was on the team.
Unbelievable.
But he was, of course, mentioned he gets.
You will.
Purdue bias here. He probably had one catch for 7 yards.
He had a couple catches.
He kept drives alive, so he was as much the MVP as Cooper Kupp.
But Cooper Kupp did more.
I'll say myself. Hell
Cooper
no.
Kupp did more. Like, come on, you would not put that second string tight end over a Cooper Kupp. Come on, Joey, put down the juice.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
Put down the juice.
First of all, they should give Cooper Kupp the MVP anyway.
He done had too much of Jerry Jones special.
Unbelievable.
He's sipping the Jerry Jones special. You got to
Jerry Jones. Thank you. We really got to move on. He threw a javelin.
Yeah, Jerry Jones coconut water.
It might be truthful on that.
Yeah. Is it true? Because I didn't know this until they mentioned it. Is it true the Super Bowl MVP voters must have their votes submitted before the 2-minute warning? And the talk surrounding that when the question was asked, they said that should be removed because they said that's not really a good thing. You know what I mean? I didn't know that.
That's the rule they're under. That is the rule.
Because if that wasn't the rule, Aaron Donald's the MVP. Because with that last defensive drive where it was 4th and I think 5, and they interrupted that pass, and Joe Burrow was on his way down and had to toss it up.
Yeah,
that was Aaron Donald's defining moment right there. He walked out on that field. He said, "We gonna end this right here and right now."
He got it because there was another fourth down play when he grabbed that running back leg too.
Yeah, running back couldn't get by.
Yeah, sure enough did. All right, so we all in agreement that that wasn't really a question as opposed to, I didn't know it. Okay, a statement, whatever you want to call it, but I didn't know. I didn't know that the Super Bowl MVP voters had to have votes submitted before the 2-minute warning. That's bogus.
Well, that's ridiculous. Look, think of these games historically, right? You could go back to the Rams and Titans, that come down to the wire. Would Adam Vinatieri have been the MVP then? If the rule were different because of the game-winning kicks. Again.
Yeah.
Just imagine if they did that in basketball, though.
The kicker didn't do nothing but make the field goal.
He did that in basketball.
I'll never make a kicker MVP.
Yeah, but if he missed that field goal and the other team go down and get that field goal, then he a done deal. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I mean, I'm kind of with him on that. It's in other words, it's what do you see last? The last thing is the last impression that you know what I mean, that you come away with. So you might not. If a guy does something spectacular to help his team win the game at the end, you're going to remember that. That's going to be far more memorable, let me put it that way, than because you could watch the game and be like, man, what did he do in the first quarter? You'd be like, well, I think he had it. And you might have to go back and look it up. But at the end, you do something signature, nobody forgets that, So there's signature plays made in signature moments, And when a guy make a signature play in a signature moment, then you need to remove that save it to the end.
I'm saying that shouldn't define your MVP, though.
It shouldn't define your MVP?
No, your MVP should be based on, like, what did you do throughout the entire game? Like, oh, yeah, like, say I'm on the bench all game, but then I come in the fourth quarter and I show out. Now I'm MVP because I'm the last thing you saw. I didn't help the team at all to this point.
Well, you
Like,
got to.
Yeah, but you were there when it mattered most. Aaron Donald.
I didn't do nothing the entire game but sit back and watch. So why should I be the MVP when I didn't do nothing but sit back and watch y'all get to where we at now? All I did was come in and help out at the very end. Y'all put in the work to get here.
They never gonna pick somebody.
All I did was come in and ride your coattail. That's all I did. I came in and won this game while riding your coattail. You put in the blood, sweat, and tears, and I came in clean job.
What happens if he misses?
Doc, let's take your argument.
He's no longer
then none of them are MVP.
But what I'm saying is that one small moment should make you the MVP.
That's the biggest moment of the game.
If that was the case, then
one at a time.
If that was the case, then the kicker from the Baltimore Ravens would have been MVP in a Super Bowl or something like it. Or what's my man's name?
They never
Gostkowski.
But I'm saying if they had made multiple throughout the game, right? We're talking extra points too. So we've seen one of those missed, questionable. Certainly worth looking into.
Yeah, that's what I said. Definitely.
He never picking the MVP out of 2 minutes.
I ain't making no kicker no MVP.
Ain't played the whole game.
Ain't no kicker gonna be MVP.
Yeah, that's possible. All right. Will the Rams be the first team, Brother Rich, since the 2016-2018 Patriots to repeat?
No.
Okay, that's fair. Double J. Same thing to you. Will they be the first team to repeat since the 2016-2018 Patriots?
Absolutely not.
All right. Doc, same thing to you. Will they be, the Rams, the first team to repeat since the 2016-2018 Patriots?
Much as I would like them to, I'm not sure, because if teams aren't injury prone the way they were this year, I don't see them like winning back to back. Yeah, they might go, but I don't see them winning back to back.
Yeah, well, we know the Chiefs did that. They went for a second go round.
Yeah.
And couldn't get it done.
Yeah.
TJ, will the
Hell
Rams
no.
Okay, well, that didn't take long. And the last of our 5 burning questions, Doc, will come to you. Who reps the NFC in next year's Super Bowl opposite the Browns? Let some folks on this program tell it. The Browns going to be in it. So who will be repping the NFC in next year's Super Bowl?
I'm gonna have to go with I'm gonna go with my boy Stafford again, dog.
Oh, okay. All right. Shout out to it.
He's still my quarterback, Joey. I don't care.
Wow, you really went out on a limb on that.
You're going back.
Oh my God.
You're going back.
Sometimes you don't have to go far out on the limb. Double J, who reps the NFC in next year's Super Bowl opposite the Browns? Let y'all tell it.
Wow.
Jerry Jones.
Let's give this some actual deep thought and consideration here. I'm going through the South. No. East. Absolutely not. The North. This, you know what? I'm going to say will come down to these 2 teams, and this is going to be determined. Well,
no.
Okay, all right. One. My assumption then is that Aaron Rodgers is going to leave.
Hey, I think because of that, like 15 threes.
Hey man,
I'm going. Actually, I'm going to stay in the NFC West.
Okay,
I'm going with San Francisco.
Maybe if they get somebody like Jimmy Garoppolo.
Unbelievable. All right, San Francisco, Brother Rich. Who's gonna rep that?
The same team. San Francisco gets a new quarterback, and San Francisco goes.
Yeah. Okay. TJ, who you got? Who reps the NFC in next year's Super Bowl opposite the Browns? Now he had a lot to say 5 minutes ago. Didn't raise his hand or nothing. Now all of a sudden he's stumped.
Aaron Rodgers.
He want to say the Cowboys, you know. Yeah.
He's in Pittsburgh. That's not going to count.
Okay, so you saying Green Bay?
You're right. Yeah, but that's what I'm going with.
Okay,
that's what I was going to say though. Is the other team if he decides to stay, which it should look lucrative to him, There's such a depletion. That's why I think Tom Brady may come back. He may take a hard look around and
hey,
say,
stop stealing my lines, man.
Family,
Stop stealing my
dog.
lines. Because I was just getting ready to say that. I was going to say Tampa Bay because Brady coming back, just like Gronk, baby.
Gronk did say he was open to play without Tom Brady, but how long, I don't know.
Yeah. All right, fellas, that ends that segment. I appreciate y'all weighing in. And we rolling right along. Hoop Central is up next. That's right. And this Hoop Centrals, or should I say this edition of Hoop Central, is college basketball. All right. Double J. No, we're going to start with Brother Rich.
Okay.
True or false? College basketball is the only sport where an official is allowed to make calls that are physically impossible to see.
I don't agree with that. No.
You don't agree with that? Okay, got you. And when I say true or false, it's really, it's not literal. You know what I mean? We just figure. You think that's true or not? You think it's false?
In the NFL every weekend.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah. TJ, true or false? College basketball is the only sport where an official is allowed to make calls that are physically impossible to see.
I'm gonna agree with whatever Rich just said. All right. I don't really watch. I don't watch college basketball like that. But play my song. Play my song. Come on.
Yeah, unbelievable. Double J, is true or false? College basketball is the only sport where an official is allowed to make calls that are physically impossible to see.
Well, considering they're all blind, absolutely.
Okay. All righty. Doc, true or false? College basketball is the only sport where an official is allowed to make calls that are physically impossible to see.
No, I'm with Brother Rich on that one. Like he said, they do it in the NFL every other. It be coaches, it be people on the backside throwing flags for something that happened on the front side, and they all got to come talk about it. Like, bro, you didn't even see it. What you throwing the flag for?
Oh, okay. So y'all all in agreement, huh?
Come on.
My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy.
We're taking it back.
I didn't think you could have that many buddies in one setting of this people. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be a limit. Only 5 people in the building. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I'm talking about, yeah, like you know how they do at the circus. How many of y'all getting up out the doggone Volkswagen? With about a month to go before Selection Sunday, Andy Katz lists his top 10 title contenders. Now, I'll be the first to admit, I have not watched a lot of college basketball this year, okay? But I have seen more than a few games of the 10 teams that Mr. Katz has listed. And I just want to see if you all agree as them being title contenders.
Let's hear it.
Gonzaga is number 1.
Always.
Illinois, number 2. Number 3, Kentucky. Number 4, oh my gosh, Purdue.
Go on.
Oh, get out of here.
Oh, hell no.
What?
Number 5 is Auburn. Number 6 is Duke. Number 7, Kansas. Number 8, UCLA. 9 is Arizona. And 10 is Providence. I'm kind of actually surprised to see Providence on that list.
They got one dude's really good.
Okay, so do you all think, and anybody can jump in here, you don't even have to raise your hand. Do anybody think that those top 10 will be are really title contenders?
Absolutely.
Oh, you think so?
With the exception of Purdue.
Wow.
Oh, Brother Rich. Oh,
I can't believe
Double J.
Turn that music off.
Wow.
That was just a shout out to Double J. That's just a shout out to Double J.
Oh, okay, got you. Oh, okay.
That's definitely the top 10. That's definitely the team. Somebody's coming out of there. I happen to believe it's the team from UC and the other words. That's
Old State winning it all.
What?
Yeah, okay, got you.
What they win?
Yeah.
Big contest?
Something.
Yeah, that's what I say. Old State winning it all. Yeah. Maybe in cricket, you know. Or shuffleboard. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a problem with his list. But Gonzaga, we've seen in the past, just to briefly peruse this here. Gonzaga, we've seen in the past. Who's to say how different they'll be this year, being expected to be that guy or that team the team to beat with Chet Holmgren. All right, we have yet to really see what he'll be, in that round robin. But Gonzaga, historically, since they become something or on the national scene, they seem to fade early. No matter who they've had a few guys who were heralded, household names, and still fell short. I don't know if it's just they can't get over the hump for whatever reason or whatnot. But I don't trust Gonzaga.
You can't go 4 months without playing somebody good and then expect to elevate your game like that.
Okay, well,
I
maybe
get
that's
it.
what it is.
Chet's good. Nemhard's all right. Timmy is a YMCA player. But
YMCA
enough. I can't believe they get gifted this number 1 overall seed. Everything kind of handed to them on a platter. And yet they bomb out every year. This isn't going to be any different.
Tom Brady played 3 teams his whole career and got better in that division. So what are y'all saying? I'm just saying. All right.
Okay, all righty then. Well, let me
the
fix
Bills, the Dolphins.
Let me fix my glass. Let me fix my glasses so I can hear what you really said. Oh,
I'm just saying I don't agree with what Double J said.
All right, that's fine, but I don't agree with the shenanigans.
Spell shenanigan.
Shenanigans. Yeah. Of the team. Yeah. Let me give you another one. So of the 10 teams listed, and because I've seen them quite a few times this year. No disrespect to Purdue, Double J, but I'll say about them, they are capable, but like Gonzaga, they are in terms of you don't know which Purdue team is going to show up.
Whoa. Hang on a second.
I'm telling you.
Let's not forget that they played 8 games in 20 days. They didn't have a break. So take that into account. That as far as
that's what you signed up for, though.
No. That was due to reschedules and making things convenient for other teams. Michigan, and we know how they seem to handle adversity.
Michigan, Juwan Howard.
Yeah, Juwan Howard is done. They let him go. All right, Double J. I mean, that's a fair point.
So all I'm going to point out here, out of that whole list, right? Kentucky, Ty Washington, great player, but he's hurt, right? Auburn may have the number 1 pick, but its supporting cast is trash. And the SEC is not what it once was in terms of hoops. Kansas nearly lost to BYU.
The SEC has never really been
a basketball powerhouse.
They away football. If you put it on the scale, football in the SEC is at 100, and basketball might be at 7 or 8.
Exactly.
So
going to the Big 12,
except for when Arkansas, my Razorbacks won the national championship. Y'all thought I was going to hit the funny button. Excuse me, not the other button, but okay, I hit that button. Go ahead. What did you say?
He got 14.
Kansas nearly lost to BYU earlier this year. Speaking of bipolar teams, they got McCormick and they got nobody else, or Okeechobee or whatever the heck that guy's name is. But they don't have depth. This team has 10 plus players that legitimately can come in. They have 2 teams. Well, so again, in tournament time, they can adapt to whatever system is being thrown at them. They're not limited when it comes to scoring. They're the most balanced team and the most efficient. Every team historically
they don't score enough.
What? They score over 70 almost every game.
Hey, and when you get to the NCAA tournament, even though basketball is a wash to some degree, you got to at least be able to hit 80s and 90s, mid 80s, 90s.
They're capable of. They're the second most efficient team in the whole country.
Okay, but I'll leave you with this argument with it, Double J. Balanced teams don't win championships. Here's why.
But they have a star. They have a star.
That's why I'm telling you. They gotta have a person in basketball. You gotta have that person. You gotta have that star.
That's poison ivy. Get familiar with it.
Like the Lakers have Austin Reeves to go to close out the game. You gotta have that star.
I'm with you on that though, brother Rich. Even though I hit that button, I'm with you on that though. But I got to tell you what, then, Double J, if that's the case, then we're gonna have to put Rutgers in this conversation.
They have the right guys, but they had those terrible losses.
Listen, Rutgers ain't finna do nothing.
But here's what I'm saying though. Rutgers knocked off.
They're gonna spank Michigan in 48 hours. Watch.
Rutgers.
Hey, that's fine. I'm not a Michigan fan. Go ahead and whoop on them.
Yeah, Rutgers knocked off about 4 or 5 people in a row that was ranked.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
but they ain't gonna win nothing.
Oh, okay. So that okay, yeah.
Now what happened this evening? What happened to see our
They won. They'll go the distance, but they
didn't win today.
No. They lost today. They lost today. They lost to the week. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, of the 10 that Katz has listed, Auburn. I'm looking at Auburn. Hey, Miss Vault. All right, Miss Megan Vault. She said it'll pain me to say this, but I do believe Duke can make it far.
Pains her to say
win
that.
the title, maybe, but they will. Okay, so yeah, she don't may not win the title.
Was that no
All right.
Gotta be.
Shout out to Miss Megan
Weighing to say these things, man.
Well, because you know what, next weekend, matter of fact, we're going to East Lansing.
Yeah.
And she's going to see in person Purdue smack fire out of Michigan State.
I doubt it, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know about all of that.
Yeah,
we'll see. Yeah, and Michigan State.
We'll see. They wishy-washy. I get it.
Yeah, they
still
are.
Ride for my boys, though.
Go green, she said, Miss Go green.
Ride for the boys.
Go green. Go green.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm picking Auburn on this list. Wait a minute. Remind me again, who's Auburn's coach?
The habitual cheater, the one from Tennessee, and then got fired for breaking rules.
Oh, Bruce Pearl.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say this on the P program. Don't sleep on UCLA. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Well, I mean, I like Johnny Juzang.
They overachieved last year, bro. Rich in a weak Pac-12. No. I hope we see him in the Final Four. I would say that. I hope we see him in the Final Four.
I'll give him sweet. I'll give him Elite 8. Give me Elite 8.
You think so? Elite 8?
Yeah, Elite 8. I give him that. I don't know about Final Four, but Elite 8 for sure.
Yeah. Again, I'm going with Auburn. I know Bruce Pearl is a cheater and all that kind of stuff, but so is Rick Pitino. So is the dude from Arizona State back in the mid-'80s. Cheating is a part of sports. It just is. Okay, so you got to accept it.
So you should be rooting for the good guys for once. Somebody find Matt Painter did it the right way.
Good guys, they are cheating.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you. Again, I'm a Hurricane fan when it comes to football.
Oh, no wonder he feels that way.
But I'm not going to lie for him.
Who wrote the book?
I'm not going to lie for him. I'm not going to lie for him. I don't do that. I'll tell you, if they stink or stunk up the joint and this guy did this and that guy did that, I'll be the first one to tell you. I don't get down with that. But my reasons for liking that particular program is because a lot of major college teams at one point did not go to Coral Gables to recruit those types of players. Schnellenberger did. And that's right. I caught on to the Hurricanes from then for that. All right. Shout out, yeah.
Oh, hey, look at Tony Montana.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
But at the end of the day, in this modern era of sports, I don't have a favorite team or player anymore.
Because you think it's soft and they don't play basketball the right way.
No. I said no. The style of play is uncompelling. That's what I say.
I don't have a favorite team. Make sure your opinion say to you. Just like you tell me to make sure mine don't say ever. Make sure yours say to you.
No, what I'm saying, what I just said there, that's not an opinion. That's not an opinion. That's not an opinion. That's not an opinion. What I said is the equivalent to the sun being in the sky. Ain't no opinion that everybody can get on that right there.
You know why the ratings are up, TJ?
Because it's compelling.
No, more people have televisions. More people are less involved in their communities. More people are binge watching, sitting at home, getting obese and watching television.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sports dull the human mentality and ability and perception.
First of all,
these are
our generation is more healthier than your generation was.
Double J, help me out on the comments there.
So I don't want to hear that.
No, we're up to date.
You made the point.
Like it says 5 there. Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's why.
Our generation is healthier than yours.
Your generation is what?
How and they get hurt more often.
Your generation is what?
He said his generation is more healthier than ours.
Hold on, listen. Just because y'all play with broke legs and stuff like that, and then y'all commend the idiots for doing that, that don't mean that's smarter way of playing.
Well, explain to me all of the falling on the floor.
Really...
Explain all the falling on the floor when nobody's touching nobody.
What are you talking about?
Flopping has become commonplace amongst basketball. Matter of fact, I don't know if it was 2 years ago or 4 or 3, somewhere in between. Draymond Green himself, and you go find the comment, said he came home one day from a game and his 2-year-old son was watching. I guess they was watching a replay or whatever it was. His wife had. He said he came in the house, man. His son was falling down on the floor. Matter of fact, his 4-year-old son or something like that. And he said, "Daddy, I'm doing what I see you doing on TV."
Oh,
exactly. And go look it up. He said that. He said, "Man, I gotta cut that out." These players today, especially in the NBA, fall on the floor and cry and complain far more. The play will be ongoing, gone, and they still down there trying to make a case for the refs.
Listen. Can I respond to that?
Yeah, please.
The refs with they slow butts is from your generation. That's what's going on, and they don't know.
You talking about the lady that's a ref? You talking about the female ref? I can't think of her name. She from our generation.
I'm talking about Joey Crawford and them.
Man, it's less older refs than it is nowadays than it was.
They your
age.
That's what's going on.
Cut me in.
The majority of the referees are not. They're young now. They're younger.
Yeah,
There's
they are.
New generation. Joey Crawford is the elder statesman of referees today. He's on his way out. So the referees today are young. They've hired a whole new crop of referees.
Yeah, man.
And they learn from your refs.
Players just depend too much on fouls to get points.
They learn from the referees who refereed Kobe.
Nope.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
A real basketball player.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
what I say.
We need to talk about if Memphis is going to make this tournament or not. Because
I don't know. I don't think so.
And Monty and those guys, man, they went on a win streak, and then all of a sudden they lose to SMU by 20-something points.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Double J.
3-16.
Double J.
Yo.
What's gonna happen to Juwan Howard? He gonna get fired, suspended, or
no. Here's the thing.
He didn't get fired. He got suspended for the remainder of the season.
What? I think personally, I believe that's unfair because
he got suspended for the remainder of the season.
He was taking the high road. He was upset, but let's not act. That's my point. And, you know, even in the local reports that came out, they failed to acknowledge that he was grabbed by Greg Gard.
He tried to walk past him.
Hey, look, I'm not happy with you. I don't need to talk to you. But for him to pull him like he was obligated,
like he was a kid, like he was playing basketball.
Exactly. Yeah, he snatched him up like
everyone who's honest knows that Juwan Howard's career is permanently scarred, and it's going to take him forever to recover from this because he's now going to be labeled as the new Malice in the Palace, the anti-black man meme.
Right.
And I can only imagine that on ESPN and every other major media, they're going to savage him
up tomorrow
for the rest of the
Stephen A. Smith.
And the call will be from parents alike in Lily White, Michigan. They ought to be fired because he's a terrible example to the students and blah, blah, blah. And I can imagine that tomorrow, that guy on ESPN that we all don't want to say his name, but we all know who we're talking about. He's the keeper of the house over there. He keeps all their house, affairs in order. That guy's going to savage.
But here's something else I want to point out here. Whatever that assistant coach said, if you look at the reaction that the player, he's a backup point guard, his eyes got big and even had a reaction. So I wish, and I really hope more so that before this reaction that already sounds like from what Doc said, they've already jumped to conclusions and suspended them. I would hope that the Big Ten went through the audio. Additionally, did anyone see Johnny Davis doing this, get out of here type garbage, and then an additional assistant coach way off in the back doing the Degeneration X to them, along with some other things. You guys know I'm not a Michigan guy. I mean, I live here.
You're a Cowboy guy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, look, they were insane antagonists. In my opinion, both of these groups, these teams were some of the least friendly on my list. But I'm tired of Wisconsin, and even with what their athletic director said, playing this victim card. No, I watched the tape. I've seen everything that their group was doing throughout that entire game. It wasn't, in my opinion, calling it based on that timeout was merely the cherry on top. I watched Johnny Davis hit someone in the face in that game. I watched Brad Davison trip somebody. There's a number of things that would have warranted that type of reaction that didn't. But it comes down to that coach. They need to really reevaluate. Dude, I get it about the smokemanship police are going to come out, but truthfully, are we going to fault Isaiah Thomas type players now for not wanting to shake hands? Should we go back to that? Should it be optional? We can use the virus as the excuse. Just say, hey, COVID see you later.
Yeah.
It should be optional, especially when the game went the way it went today, to avoid situations like this. If I want to shake your hand, it should be optional. It was clear that there was foul play there. And they expected us to be the bigger person and walk away, but we weren't. We retaliated, and guess what? The person that retaliates is the one who gets in trouble. So.
Barbershop, what do we talk about with the press all the time? About they just got out of the heat of battle and all that?
Yes, and the narratives. And the narrative
to say
will
that,
be
hey,
tomorrow.
we gotta walk right in front. We gotta now, go in kumbaya with you real quick, right in that moment. And then you want to tug on me? Come on, man.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'll say two things. Yes, the narrative will be selective and one-sided, and it won't be what the other guy did. The second thing is, you don't grab me for no reason.
Absolutely.
I'm not a kid. You understand? So whatever we were or weren't going to do in that moment, let it be. But once you grab me, everything else that might have been, could have been, is off the table. You understand what I'm saying? Don't put your hands on me. I'm a grown man just like you a grown man. And you're grabbing me because for what? Because you disagree with something. Yeah, I don't understand what message you're trying to send to me right there. You gonna listen, boy? I don't know. I ain't saying that's what the
That's what it was.
You know what I mean?
That's what it was. You forget where you at.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't just tee off on him. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would have teed off on him. I would have been fired for sure.
He eventually did at some point. Juwan Howard threw a jab.
He did. Juwan was trying to get away, but he was pulling him back. The coach kept following him. Juwan swung at him.
Yes.
Yeah.
He followed Juwan talking smack. He tried. People was pulling him back. The dude kept going talking, and Juwan was like, I had enough. Boop.
Yeah.
That's what you get. I'm walking away. You following me now?
But let me say this: the way that game shook out, I understand why it played out the way it did at the end. But in terms of the sport and competition, or being a competitor or competitiveness, and I know it's not college or pro, but the sport, again, basketball, we've all played it on some level with zebras. And yes, I done lost. I can only speak at this point, going for the rest, I can only speak about myself. I've lost game. I have been in losses where, man, it was knock down, drag out. But the games, they were physical and they were tough, like basketball should be. Hard-nosed, street ball type of, but I lost. And then at the end of it, as mad as I still was able to give dude dap. Because you had to take it from me. You understand what I'm saying? And both parties understood, the one who won versus the one who lost. It was a hard-nosed game. I can't be mad at nothing. I'm mad that we lost, of course, but you did your thing. You had to work for everything. And if you had to work, you take it from me, then I got to salute you, even though I'm salty. So I always, and it might have been I ain't even say half-hearted, but the dude from the opposing team who won would come and be like, man, you balled your ass. And I'd be like, he stick his hand out to dap, to dap me. And I'd be like, yeah, man, it's all good. Man, I dap. But I don't want to have no extra conversation or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just took the L. But I still would dap you up if it was a clean game. But with the shenanigans, you folks being grabbed and all that kind of stuff, then yeah, everybody getting involved. Everybody just gonna have to get involved.
Well, and why, at least with the reach that this program has, I want to make sure that it's known. I'm not defending, him hitting anyone, but at the same time, to have those assistant coaches back there throwing, certain gestures up at that team really speaks to who they are. And on top of that, if I wish I would have recorded it, because I brought a couple people in the room and I said, tell me what you hear when he catches the ball. And I thought on multiple occasions I had heard some racial slurs said during the game.
Not surprised.
Again, this is just from
Mhm.
from my own. I'm telling you right now, I'm on an island with this but Megan, who's watching the program, I paused it, I rewinded it, and I said, listen to what you hear, and I cranked it up, and you could hear certain things that could be interpreted as that. So if that's the type of environment that's going on in Madison, and then you got all this other stuff that happens throughout the game,
you expect.
Yeah.
and then
Well, I
they
can
get
tell you
tugged
what,
like that. So
I used to
you know, you don't know.
Is it hard to believe that some young people are in their audience and some older people and some adults are in that audience using vulgar, foul, and racist language? Is that hard to believe? This is
No, because it's college. It's
Yeah, it
college
happens
kids.
every day.
Yeah.
That's not
It's a
hard to
game
believe
day.
at all.
Them
Not
kids.
hard.
Yeah.
So I
And
know.
I can attest to my own story of sorts. I still got it. CDL license. I used to be a truck driver, independent. And I had to go up there once. And let me tell you, I'll lie for you before I would to you. I had to stop and get fuel. I didn't even know if it was a gas station where I was riding because all I saw on left and right of me for I don't know how many miles was barren land, farmland, things of that night. Yeah, you could definitely. Oh, okay, Miss Megan weighed in again. She said you could definitely hear it. All right, for sure. On both sides of me, for however many miles, you saw farmland. Cows, horses. I'm talking about no buildings, no nothing, nowhere in sight. I'm like, man, where am I at? Then finally, out of nowhere, I see a fuel stop go. Whatever they call them, little off-brand name type of gas station.
Stop and go.
Yeah, stop and go. Come here, whatever the case may be. Go back. I don't know. I get out the truck. I go in to the store. And you know how when you open the door, the little bells ring or whatever it is, notifying them. That's how old school it is. Wasn't no ding dong. It was one of them little yeah, like the little tinglers. Man, I open the door. I go in the store, and right out the gate, I'm not really paying because I'm going to get something to eat, get some gas and hurry because it was cold. I mean, oh, wow, it was cold. I'm like, man, let me hurry up and get back in this truck type of deal. I walk in, I go find the drink or whatever. But it wasn't until after I'm standing there for a few seconds or moments or whatever the case may be, trying to decide what I wanted to get to drink, I realized, man, it wasn't no music playing no more. Because that's what it was, music playing. You hear other things, as you walk in. And it wasn't no music playing no more. It had got drop dead quiet. And it was so all of a sudden, I put what I was going to drink, I put it back. And I walked back to the front. Everybody in there was staring at me like, what the hell are you doing in here? And that's a true story. Man, listen, I got out of there so fast. I didn't even know where the next truck stop or fuel stop was going to be. And I needed fuel. I'm out of there. You understand? I'd rather run out of fuel and had to walk or something. You know what I'm trying to say? You ain't going to catch me as no sitting duck. And when I say them stairs, it was almost like that scene from the movie Life when they wanted some pie. You remember when they wanted some pie? You know what I'm saying?
I must turn some of these bites only pies.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, that type of deal. And my man didn't understand the significance of what was happening. You know what I'm saying? He was like, hey, man, let's get up out of here. That type of deal. Yeah, I experienced it. So, and I'm not saying all of Wisconsin is like that, but in my experiences, based on my experiences, I'm not surprised that if it was something said that probably should not have been said. All right, let's move on, fellas, so we can get on up out of here. I know y'all kind of tired, but I appreciate y'all for staying with me. And the folks out there that's listening and watching, appreciate you all too. We're going to move on over a little bit to the women's side. Of course, this is our Hoop Central. Has South Carolina surpassed the likes of UConn as the team to beat on the women's side, Doc?
I'm a UConn fan, so I'm going to always say UConn is the team to beat.
Okay,
always.
got you. Okay, got you. So you're a little biased too, like Double J, huh?
Yeah, I'm a little biased, man. I love my Huskies, man. I love my Huskies.
Okay. Double J, has South Carolina, the Gamecocks, surpassed, and this is women's college basketball we're talking now, surpassed the likes of UConn as the team to beat on the women's side?
UConn's had obviously some struggles of late. I mean, but we're talking about
you can't stay on top forever.
Well, they've had historical runs ended that just are absurd. But the fact of the matter is they are who they are, and I still believe, at least for this particular year, I'm not sure. Is Paige? Does anybody know Paige coming back? Doc?
I don't know.
No, I have no idea.
She got hurt, didn't she?
Yeah. And
I'm not sure, something in the knee area, but I don't.
Oh, she out for a while, man. I don't
Yeah,
know
I was
exactly
gonna
when she's
say, I
coming
don't
back, but she's gonna be out for a while. I didn't know the severity of the injury, but now that you're saying it's some meniscus or something in the knee,
Yeah,
man,
that's what I'm thinking too.
she'd be lucky
Yeah.
to come back before the end of the season, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking
so,
too.
when you put it in that context, I do believe they're gonna get, that they've surpassed. A better example is they've surpassed Tennessee in the SEC, but nationally, it's still Gino.
Okay, yeah, all right, that's fair, brother Rich. What say you? Has South Carolina surpassed the likes of UConn as a team to beat on the women's side?
How's the weather in Dallas?
Oh, hell no.
This is disrespectful. Unbelievable. I can't believe y'all doing
How's
that.
the weather in Dallas? You in Dallas?
Yeah.
Why you ain't tell me that?
He had to go get you. He's gonna surprise you with a Cowboys jersey. He's gonna tell you.
Hold on. So you in agreement with brother Rich, huh?
My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy.
Exactly. This is
I
what
have
y'all
to
gonna
be
keep-
honest on this platform because this is
You have to be what?
I have
Oh
to tell
man,
the truth
please.
on the shop. in the
Oh,
shop.
okay, got you.
I have never ever watched a women's college basketball game other than in the finals and when they get to the.
Oh,
to the
okay,
final
got
Hey
you.
four.
man, women's
I don't-
college basketball is up there with like WNBA. Like they
again,
actually
Doc,
are
again,
fun
Doc,
games to watch, bro.
Doc, okay, listen. I know. I enjoyed that you're very convincing in this argument. I'm sure it is. Working with someone.
All right, that's fair. Doc, what say you? Has South Carolina? Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, TJ. What say you? Has South Carolina surpassed the likes of UConn as the team to beat on the women's side?
Hey, Rich, I need you to tell him to cue the music because I'm with you.
My buddy, my
See, that was my buddy up
No,
there.
it's true. I'm telling y'all, it's clear.
Y'all so disrespectful. Is Dawn Staley, and we got one more after this, is Dawn Staley on the level of Gino or Pat Summitt,
Stop.
or is it still too early to tell? Brother Rich?
Come on. Absolutely, it's too early to tell. Let's be,
Okay.
let's be honest here for a moment.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Double J, is Dawn Staley on the level of Gino or Pat Summitt, or is it
That
still
is
too early to tell?
almost insulting to what they've done.
Gino won like 900 in a row. Come on.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just
She
here to ask the
dominated
question.
the entire the 90s were Pat Summitt.
Pat Summitt was like the epitome. When you thought of women's college basketball,
You thought of Pat Summitt?
Yeah.
Yeah, no question.
I
I don't take nothing from that. I'm just
gosh.
asking the question.
I
Okay,
mean,
see.
even with what they're doing in Baylor, but on both sides actually. But I mean,
Okay, fair. Let's,
man.
all right. TJ, what say you? Is Dawn Staley on the level of Gino, Pat Summitt, or is it still too early to tell?
You said who?
Is Dawn?
He don't.
Okay. Yeah, you almost got me. Yeah. Okay. All right. Anyway, that's your answer, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Doc. Yeah. Doc, did I come to you already? Because
No.
these other. Okay. Yeah. Please. What say you on that, man? Is Dawn Staley on the level of Gino or Pat Summitt, or is it still too early?
Dawn Staley's resume is impressive, but
here we go.
I'm gonna have to say it is a little bit too early.
Just say it.
Did you say Don Shula? Who
I
he
said
say?
Dawn Staley.
Yeah.
No,
No,
I
you
said her
said
resume
Don
is impressive.
Shula. Yeah, Don Shula. Yeah.
Okay.
It's,
Yeah.
it's
Anyway.
it's too early to tell. So you got a little bit more to add to it, then I'll see your argument. But right now, I don't see it.
Okay, I got you. All right. And then lastly, or this last one for the day, former Nike, I just want to get you all's thoughts. Former Nike and Adidas rep Merle Code is set to publish his book next month, Black Market, an insider's journey into the high stakes world of college basketball. And he's given in this book, he gives his thoughts, on the coaches involved in the basketball scandal who are still coaching, Zion's recruitment, and preparing for his 9-month potential or possible 9-month prison sentence. Brother Rich, what say you about this book coming out? Will it be, do you think it will really, really tell us, give us a broader perspective, if you would, about what went on in that whole scandal?
It's going to give us some insight, but it's not going to tell us anything that we have not been able to glean and garner from the corruption that is the NCAA basketball. That Nike is the most influential company in all of professional and collegiate sports, that they are a conglomerate, much like a mafia, and they operate like that, and you don't defy them. And so that they will oftentimes set off their associates and allow them, their recruiters, to take their hit on that level. And they'll go to recruiting these athletes and paying them under the table and doing this and doing that. But there's no doubt about it that this is absolutely corruption at the highest level.
They do it all the time.
He's going to prison for it, and others are.
Let's go.
Absolutely, no doubt about it.
I appreciate that. TJ, you want to fill us in?
All-Star game.
Since you're not paying attention.
Y'all don't watch the All-Star game, man.
LeBron just hit the game-winning 3 for Team LeBron.
Don't sound so sad when you say it.
Because he over there celebrating like it's an NBA championship or something. Let's go. It's the All-Star game.
Yeah, you know what I
ain't
mean?
Ain't nobody out there playing for real.
He 5 for 5.
See, them LeBron fans do whatever to make his legacy bigger than what it needs to be.
So wait a minute. That's almost like the kicker argument.
This has nothing to do with legacy. This is just All-Star, okay?
That sounds like the kicker.
Because you a LeBron
18-time All-Star. 18. Oh, no,
See,
no,
here it comes.
Yeah,
See, that's why I like
18
messing with LeBron fans. They funny.
Okay.
You gonna break out his whole resume.
Yeah. Kareem is 19, but guess what? Ain't nobody saying nothing about that.
Kareem is also
Kareem ain't played in 30 years, man. Come on, relax.
Now, wait a minute.
But his record still stands.
No, it don't. No, it don't. His record don't stand.
19-time All-Star?
Oh, I think you're talking about the points. My bad. Something the points. My bad. My bad.
Okay,
I apologize. My bad.
I know you thought. I know you said.
Hey, hold on. But next year, my boy had 19. Don't worry about it.
You told me what the deal was when you said I thought. Okay, I got you. Because you thought wrong there, like Edison. Okay.
Barbershop, I can ask you this question. You played a little basketball. Did you ever think that young kids, when we was young, did you ever hear anybody on a basketball court up at Wood Hill or where park you was playing and say, you know what? I want to lead the NBA in scoring. That's what I want to do. I want to be the all-time leader in scoring.
Nobody says that.
Or do people want to win titles and rings and championships and be known as winners? Or they just want to have the most points in something? But
can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
what's easier, winning a title or getting the all-time the most points scored?
Neither.
Getting the most points scored.
No, see, now
the most points scored. Yes.
What's harder? Y'all crazy, man. That's why it's only okay. Right.
You know why? LeBron's winning, LeBron having the most points is a testament not to anything other than his longevity. He's the
hold on.
It took him longer to get there.
Why Vince Carter don't get it then?
Because Vince Carter's body deteriorated in the way that LeBron has
body's deteriorated. They had much more injury.
Hold on. Y'all saying their body deteriorated, but they played 22 years. How can you play 22 years?
LeBron
had injuries, way more major injuries than LeBron.
LeBron has been the focus of every team he's played on for 20 years.
Larry Bird that's body deteriorating, all right?
Okay,
so a man who played 22 years, come on, bro.
Okay,
Stop
so let me ask you
trying to make excuses, bro.
No. Okay,
that's not an excuse. That's the truth.
Hold on, let me say
this. If
this.
your body's so messed up, how can you play 22 years, bro? In the NBA,
that's why he was coming off the bench with a veteran's minimum.
Y'all sound crazy.
I'm about to tell you.
Y'all sound crazy, bro.
I'm about to tell you.
Your body that messed up, you can't never play 22 years, bro.
Okay, listen, but the way the game is played now,
you can't.
The question is whether or not if you played effectively for them 22 years.
You said Vince Carter was not playing effectively.
No,
That's what you said. You using the 22 years.
We tell him we've been washed for 10 years.
Let me say this.
Vince Carter has been Vince Carter for 10 years.
Vince Carter, for like he said, I don't know if it's 10 years, but I just know for a long stretch, Vince Carter was able to still be on somebody's roster, and he still played the game. But
some of the greatest of all time came off the bench a lot.
He was barely playing, bro. He was averaging like 8 points a game.
Hold on, but we talking about Vince. If Vince Carter was coming off the bench, that's because he couldn't be a starter no more. He couldn't play like a starter no more. if he was coming off the bench. Some guys come off the bench in their first 2-3 years in the league and however long they last because they need to come off the bench because they ain't starter material. Vince Carter was starter material next to Tracy McGrady from day one. Vince Carter was an NBA starter when he was still at North Carolina while you're playing.
Thank you. So you're helping my case. Why he ain't got all them points?
Because
listen,
because
he wasn't injured. If he was injured, he would have been retired by 22 years.
No. You can still hang on like Kevin Love, bro.
Chris Bosh, he can't held on to them blood clots would no longer let him play.
Thank you. Look at Kevin Love. You can hang on. Listen, you coming off the bench, Vince Carter coming off the bench. Really, I'm not saying literally, but I'm gonna frame it this way: is a travesty. It was almost sad to see him still. He's like, man, you should have been hung up a long time ago. Because the Vince Carter we saw in his prime, so to speak, or when he was in his having them great moments, man, it was sad to see the way he was being utilized. But then they said he was a veteran guy to help the young players. Okay,
yeah. Hey, look
he more as a mentor than a player.
Yeah, he was more
about that year
in that role than he was in he was
the year the NBA got canceled early.
So
they gave him a $1.2 million contract, veterans minimum.
Y'all helping my case.
Okay, got you. Yeah.
It's easier to win a championship to get that all-time list. I don't care what y'all talking about, bro.
No, it's not.
I don't know about that.
Well, why he had that
he went 27-1 in Carolina.
How do he has that title for this long?
Here's why.
LeBron came along.
Because nobody focused on trying to beat that until LeBron.
When you are a player and your mentality is check my stats, then that's what you're going out there most nights playing for anyway. Vince Carter was the type of dude who played within the framework of whatever the team was talking about. Vince said, look, I'm just here to do whatever it is that's necessary. I ain't trying to be, in other words, my focus ain't trying to make sure I score 40 tonight so that I could be added to that all-time scoring list at some point down the line.
Now my boy Kobe, right? He was basically a stat stuffer too, but y'all won't call it that.
Not.
Kobe wasn't focused on the scoring title. Kobe said he was focused on championships. They came out of his own mouth.
Kobe didn't want
not
nobody.
One time said I want to lead the league in all-time scoring.
Kobe did not want to pass the ball, bro. That
still don't mean he's chasing a scoring title. That means he's trying to win the game.
Listen, that was like the first meme for Kobe. Like Kobe had one of the first memes. Like Kobe, pass the ball, Kobe.
Just because he wants to win the game, you can't win the game. The ball in your hands. It ain't got nothing to do with taking the scoring title. It's got something to do with winning the game.
Your guy should practice some of that.
Yeah,
because we know one thing he gonna do is pass the ball at the end of the game. He gonna
dish that boy.
Hey, I tell you what.
You say that, but he got more game winners than all the other guys. That's amazing.
Longer than everybody else. All the teams are built around him.
I'll tell you one thing that Kobe and Vince Carter and anybody else wasn't or ain't that your boy is. They wasn't or ain't afraid of the free throw line.
The GOAT.
They wasn't afraid of the free throw line.
The GOAT.
I'll tell you that.
The GOAT. We can't let you slam the Kobe.
I did not slam Kobe.
Oh yeah, you slammed the Kobe.
I use him as an example. That he like to shoot the ball, and that's not slamming him.
Yeah,
did Kobe not like shooting the ball?
Of course he did, but we don't apologize for that. We know why he did that. He told you why he did that. We understand why he did that. It's a difference.
Because at the end of the day, he said, "Listen, man,
LeBron his first goal ain't winning. That's what y'all just now telling me. His goal ain't to win the game."
No, that's not what we're telling you. We're telling you his goal is not that he's personally going to win the game. Kobe's goal is that I'm going to make sure we win the game.
Just like Jordan, I want the ball in my hand.
Listen,
and Kobe is not that I'm going to make sure. His thing
y'all
is
must ain't see 2018 playoffs when he shot all the game winners.
I seen him get swept too. But here's what I'm saying: when you're supposed to be the GOAT. But here's
you say you got don't just say that because now you're throwing slander. Say the whole. Listen, say the whole thing. When you say you seen him get swept, but listen, he was a baby then, but I don't.
He still got swept.
Okay,
he was a baby then.
He was a baby.
The second time.
You're right.
All right. So the second time when he led in every statistical category because he was
got swept.
And he was stat stuff in that finals. Huh?
He got swept. How do you have the kind of performances he did at that stage of his career and still get swept?
Because you got bums on your team. What are you talking about?
Oh, now they bums. Oh, okay, yeah, I got you.
And then you gotta think about who you going against? Who is you going
Miami
against?
was bums.
Okay, whoa. So in other words, who you
Miami
go
had a bunch
against?
of bums.
So now who you go against matters versus in our era, who you went up against didn't matter.
That's you saying that. I'm not saying that.
That's what you just said.
Because your boy went up, hit the teams Michael Jordan went up against is nothing compared to the teams that LeBron went up against.
What?
Okay, right.
In the finals. In the finals. In the finals.
Started in Cleveland.
Yeah, let him have it.
Yeah, you can't prove to me. Just say one team that was better than the Golden State Warriors.
The Dallas Mavericks. Excuse me, the Detroit.
Give me one team that he
The
played.
Bad Boys.
No, boy, get out of here, man.
Oh, okay.
They can't do nothing with Durant and Curry. Get out of here, man.
Okay, my bad.
Get out of here, man.
Portland, the Trailblazers.
Man, now you really smoking. What you smoking over there?
The Lakers. Like, what you mean?
Yeah.
What
I was gonna say
Lakers?
them.
You pick whichever one you want.
You talking about the old Lakers?
Yeah.
Man, get out of here, man. Get up out of here.
The three-peat Lakers can't mess with the Golden State Warriors.
The three-peat Lakers? What are you talking about?
See, what's wrong with your boy, dog? What's wrong with your boy? You don't know about the three-peat Lakers?
You talking about Shaq and Kobe?
Ain't that the three-peat Lakers?
Wait, I said Michael Jordan.
Okay, Magic Johnson and them. Like, what?
Man, come on, bro. They was old and done, bro. They wasn't beating that Golden State team, bro.
All right, got you. Okay, got you. All right, yeah, okay.
Y'all know that, but that's disrespect. Now that's disrespect.
Listen, let me say this about Kobe. You talking about all he did was shoot or whatever the case may be. He passed to teammates when he had to pass to teammates, but a lot of times when he passed to teammates, they was not ready for the moment. And he said, "Look, man,
if you're not ready, I ain't gonna throw it to you."
Oh my God! So you said you gonna use that excuse for Kobe, but LeBron, hey, man, I'm about to get on. Hey, in the show, man, because I'm about to get off. I'm about to get off, bro.
No.
LeBron, listen, LeBron passing to Daniel Marshall and Eric Snow, and you talking about, and you're talking about Kobe players?
No,
come on, man.
You're not here. Let me finish.
You can't start it like that, though.
Listen,
you can't start it like that.
Listen, I'm not talking about passing to a guy who didn't knock his shot down in some moments. I'm talking about dudes did not want the moment. It's one thing to be given the ball and you missing and not show up in the moment. But like a Ben Simmons, no offense to nobody, but if you don't want the moment, a lot of Kobe's teammates didn't want the moment, but
he wasn't going to give it to him.
But a guy like Andrew Bynum, he did. Paul Gasol, he did. But who can you compare them guys to, really?
On the Cavs, nobody.
I mean, Kobe Bryant got over 6,000 assists. So I mean, he was selfish, but he still dished that boy.
I mean, come on, man. That's what I'm trying to say. But don't let me mention that number, Doc.
Assists wasn't his concern, but when he had to pass it, he passed it.
But TJ said, "How come you don't mention everything when you talk about this guy or that guy?" Well,
you don't. No, you don't.
About Brian. Why do you keep mentioning
where
he had in turnovers and where he had in free throw percentage?
Listen, he played point guard, so that's a part of the game, bro.
Okay, so you're moving the goalpost. Missing free throws is a part of the game.
No, I said point guard. I'm talking about turnovers, bro. Point guards had keep. Bro, come on now. You know he played point guard. No. Point guard, bro.
Listen,
who played point guard?
You call it point forward, whatever you want to call it, bro.
Okay, Sam, you're talking about Brian. My point was, if you're saying to me that I have to mention everything in making a case,
but you don't. You don't.
Oh my! I mentioned the things that other folks failed to mention. The other stuff I don't disagree with. If it's there for me to see, I'm in agreement with it.
This is what I'm saying. You only mention the bad stuff when you like Skip Bayless in this sense, because you only mention the bad stuff when it comes to LeBron. You only mention the bad stuff when it comes to LeBron. You never say nothing bad about Bird, Jordan, Matt, or nothing they did wrong.
Because of the stuff I didn't see.
Like my uncles and all them y'all around your age, I don't know they ever played a bad game in their life, bro. I don't.
Oh yeah,
know.
They did.
I don't know. I don't know because y'all never mentioned it.
No, listen, that's a lie. Listen, because on this program, we was the first ones to mention about Larry Bird missing when he had the Lakers bench all shook up. We didn't mention that. That kind of stuff.
No, I never heard. I don't know what game you talking about, what year you talking about. This is the first time I'm hearing that.
Oh no, okay. Well, maybe you had when you just now still new to the show, but we've talked about that. Or the year when Magic said in '84, I made because was it 85? What year was the Magic hit the baby hook shot? Was that 85? 85. They said if you go back and look at that play and how it developed, they was like, why you ain't drop it off to Kareem? That would have been the right basketball play because Kareem was closer to the basket once the play unfolded. He said, dog, I messed up in 84. I messed it up for us. And I was not about to go down in basketball history as the guy who messed it up for us. You know what I'm saying? So I'll mention I'm not, hey, I don't, listen, it's all a matter of
perspective. You said a bunch of nothing because I never heard you say anything bad about the old players. It's always great. Oh, they never missed free throws. They never missed a three-pointer.
No, nobody said, nobody said that. Nobody said.
But so when I say anything about LeBron, JJ Barea, come on, man.
But okay, but
come on, man.
Listen,
come on, bro. That don't define his career, bro. And when he
but it's a part of it that you leave out.
No, I don't, because I got you on the program and you, Rich, to hate on them, even though y'all claim y'all the biggest supporters. No, y'all not.
I never said I was the biggest.
I didn't say that either. Where you get your information from? What's in that cup?
You really in that cup? You mentioned 2011 every episode. And I ain't gonna let you get away with it unless you give me some bad info on them old players. Don't bring up LeBron's name no more.
Oh wow, yeah, okay, got you. All right, yeah, and unless you stop leaving stuff out, don't start leaving stuff out. Yeah, yeah. Brother Rich, Double J.
Try to downplay him. Yo, and this is the last thing. Y'all try to downplay him because he got the most points ever. Like that ain't no big feat. Only one person get to hold that title.
Congratulations.
It's a lot of people who get to hold a championship title. It's only one person get to hold that title.
Okay, got you. Well, I ain't hear you saying all of that or speaking that loudly when Kareem already had it.
Hey, it ain't get brought up because nobody was at reach until the king came.
Oh, right. See what I'm saying? That's how we do it. Yeah, fellas. Brother Rich, Double J, y'all stay with me after we get up out of here. But on that note, it's been fun, but we but we got to run. We appreciate y'all for listening. Don't forget to check us out right here on the StreamYard Network on Sundays at 9 now on the PM side, or you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Goldengram, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, as well as the shop's Facebook fan page. And if you would be so kind as to subscribe to our YouTube channel, we'd be much obliged. And if that don't work, y'all can Google it for my man's B Rich, Double J, DOC, Doc, All-Star, TJ, and all those who follow and support us. Talking about the folks out there watching and listening. Excuse me. We say thank you. I'm Barbershop Jay, and you've been listening to the Shop Report. And remember, the next time y'all want to know what's really going on, man, come to the shop. Walk-ins are always welcome. Holla.